Hey, what's up? It's your boy, 24/7 here with 24/7 Fusion Media, kicking it with my boy Baron, Fat Steven, Vigilante will be joining us shortly. And we're the primetime kings of live stream. And yeah, it's great to be here with you, Baron. And I see we have a few people in the chat.
We have a few people out there definitely, and they keep on popping in. Great to see them all.
Yeah, we have Sentient Dildo. What's going on, my brother? Arwen Avalon, how's it going, Queen? The Islington girl, another queen. That's what's up. Yeah, they're showing up today. Punk Waddle. What's up, my brother? Bruce Lombardo. Totally digging the retro rave. Yeah, there you go. I'm glad you guys like that. Uh, who else we got here? Keely Chow. Roll Tide, my brother. How's it going? Pat S. My man. How's it going, man? Great to see you, man. And see, hopefully I didn't miss anybody, man. Let me see. Let me see. Mm, no.
I think you got everybody so far.
Yeah. I think I got everybody so far. That's good. And Vigilante said he'll be a tad bit late, so that's cool. Bruce, my man, says that he was checking out Fanboys. That's actually still a good fucking movie, man. I love Fanboys. Matter of fact, I have it sitting right behind me in my Star Wars collection. That actually make the cut of where I put my Star Wars movies. I got a fucking stack sitting right here, and Fanboys is in there. So yeah, Fanboys is the shit. Yeah, I love Fanboys, man. It's
He was showing a little clip of that on his channel before we came on here. So
oh yeah, it's some good shit. I love Rough Girl. Hey, what's up, Rough? Another queen shows up.
The woman Rough. I keep on begging to be my bodyguard, Rough Girl. She's tough.
She's fucking awesome, man. I love Rough Girl. Man, so we were talking in the back, kicking it, and we were trying to figure out what we were going to start off with first. So as I was looking,
I was going to say, notice I got my name all ready for tonight's show.
Oh, I see that.
I got it ready.
Tag, yeah.
Because we're going to be hitting some areas, I think.
Well,
we're going to have fun with it.
There you go. I was, we were looking at what was going on. I know, if I'm not mistaken, it was yesterday. I came across this article that I thought that was very, very odd, and it was a Harry Potter article at that. So, Baron, if you want to do the honors,
okay.
Actually, he already did the honors.
There we go. Woo.
I
don't know. Somebody did
it. No, that was me, man. But yeah, it was interesting to see this article, and I was like, I love Harry Potter. I've owned all the games. I'm talking about every fucking game that they came out with, going from the original Xbox to the Xbox 360. They even have a Harry Potter. They call that I forgot what the fuck. I'm looking at it right now. I can't believe I can't remember the name. It's basically when they have that camera from that, like the Xbox One, the Xbox 360, that multi camera that follows you. I forgot what they call that, but they also have a game for a Harry Potter game that goes with that. I have the Harry Potter one, and I got the Star Wars one because I had to, that was like the most interactive where you can do the most shits. So, yeah. Arwen Avalon, they're changing the name of Quidditch, and we're gonna get into why, and that's the most ridiculous part. So, tell you what, Baron, if you want to, read, I would read it, but it's the screen is too small. So,
yeah, I mean, as it goes, they're talking about the popular franchise is being renamed for this particular game because J.K. Rowling is and my best vigilante William voice, a bigot.
Right.
And that's because she is supposedly anti-trans and that she had support for somebody, Maya Forrester. a British tax specialist who was fired for a job for quote unquote treating transphobic comments. Basically, which it basically means if you disagree with us, you're transphobic, you're a phobe, you're an est, and you're
Right.
mocking us because you do not believe in what we believe. So therefore, you have a different view. How dare you?
So
I mean, right down to the bat. It's like, really, honestly, you blue-haired land whales who, I think I know the big problem is some of them are so freaking fat that they can't even, when you look down their pants, they can't even see what they have for junk because the belly's in the way. So I can understand where they are, and no matter what, they all have breasts because of the size that they have as they flop around out there. I'm being insulting. What the hell? This is worth insulting because uh, every liberal group of fans out there just ran to her because she was like the I don't know, pre woke. Is it proper to say pre woke because she sat back saying about how um, uh, I got a middle block on the big chief leader of the Hogwarts there. He's supposed to be gay and this and
right,
that and
right,
so on and so forth. So they're all glomming on about how she's this great savior, and then she has one thing that she takes issues on, and now she is
the
worse
enemy,
than Hitler
right,
and the Antichrist and the like. I've read all the books. I had to when they came out. The former long suffering Mrs. Tag. I've seen a few of the movies. I haven't seen them all. I guess I have a little bit more of a when it comes around to harsh criticism about the book. I don't think they're going to hold like others out there. And this is going to be something I think is actually going to help her in the long run because when they start seeing these people getting attacked like that, all of a sudden you have people coming out of the woodwork to defend.
right.
And I mean, when even the people that were involved with the Harry Potter films and all that are turning their nose up. But there was at least one. There was one of the cast members that came forward that was brave enough to say, "F you all. She's a great lady." So I mean, she is a rags to riches uh, phenomenon. I mean, she barely had money to her name. She was a single mother. She wrote this book, and hoping to make a few pounds and pences here and there, and it became this
Right.
worldwide phenomenon. I mean, she wasn't intending to have this worldwide phenomenon; that was not her goal. But she struck. This is the every woman right here making it, whether you agree with her politics and viewpoints or not. And she's always been uplifting. She's always been uplifting with, again, whether you agree with her or not, with how she's gone
Right.
about. But one disagreement, that's
I know
brings
that's
a fire.
yeah, and it's crazy because it seems like at this point they're the way that they're getting back at her is like, what they had like the 20th what was that? Wasn't it like the 20th anniversary get together just not too long ago?
Yeah. And
So
didn't invite her.
right, they had the reunion, they did invite her, and now another way that they're going to get back at her is let's change the name of Quidditch.
Mhm.
It's funny because I seen if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that sentient dildo that says maybe they should change the name to Quidditch? Yeah, thought that was pretty funny. I was like, oh shit. But yeah, that's pretty
But
interesting to see. Hell, Project Storytime was good, brother. Yeah, but it's kind of crazy to see. Yeah, is it Quidditch now? There you go. It's kind of crazy to
mhm.
see that out of everything that they could do, they decide to take it out on her by changing the name of this game. And I'm like,
Right.
to me, I'm like, what the fuck is that gonna do to hurt anybody? Like that ain't shit.
You know what?
She's still gonna
In
make
the
money either way.
Exactly. That's going to be my point. It doesn't matter whether you change the name or not. There's contracts that were signed. They can change the names all they want, but the basics came exactly from her. They try to get her out of there, and
Yeah.
you're going to have a lawsuit where, well, I mean, I don't know if she's as rich as the queen now, but if they try to do anything, she will own England. Mr. Mouse, what are you doing here?
Yeah, no, it's it's one of those things that it's a lost cause because right now they're trying to fight the creator of Harry Potter, and
Hmm.
it's like I don't see how anybody's gonna win when all the ideas for everything that they so much admire is coming from this one individual that has, I guess, her issues with trans individuals, whatever they may be, and all of a sudden she becomes the enemy. Well, what's going to happen with future projects? So everything is going to go forward without her involvement. But the thing is you're still using her story. So either way it goes, it's like it's stupid that they're sitting there and they're fighting something that they're going to have to kneel to and pay off, regardless whether they try to sit there and ban her from the reunions, and regardless if you want to change the name of this fucking game or whatever the fuck. It's like it's so stupid at this point. I just thought, like, damn, if there's any way that you want to really get up under J.K. Rowling's skin, you would think changing the name of Quidditch so you could separate the game from the creator. Like, what the fuck is that? And what would you call it at this point?
I don't know. Broom ball. Well, remember that's already been taken. Fantasy fairy
Ball.
dust ball. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to think, like, what would be a better name than the name that she created that you can actually come up with to replace the name of Quidditch. Like, well, what else would be? And then it's like, okay, well, and who is going to create it that would sit there and make it canon for the Harry Potter crowd? So because now you're trying to replace the game that she created. She created the rules to this shit, how it's played and everything else.
Right.
Yeah, all that stays the same, but you're gonna change the name. Like, that's fucking retarded, man. And it just seems like, it's like, okay, well, we're gonna be mad at Stan Lee, so we're gonna change the name of Marvel to some other shit. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. That's so retarded. It doesn't even matter, because it's I don't know. It's just one of those things that it doesn't make any sense. The reasoning of doing it and the fact that they want to change the name to separate themselves from the creator of it all. Shit, no matter what you do, she's still a part of the whole thing, no matter what you call it.
Well, exactly. And the thing is, well, I think they should rename the game as "I'm Still Getting My Money, Bitches" ball. That should be the name of the game. And second of all, she's not backing down. You got to give this woman a lot of credit. A lot of people will be, coming out with the "I'm So Sorry" tour right now and saying they were misquoted or this or that, right, and whine and cry. She's holding to her guns, and you have to give her tons of points for that. She believes in something. You don't agree with it. You're giving her a lot of heat for it unjustly. It's not that you're not disagreeing or engaging in debate. You're literally having that hissy fit in the grocery store aisle because your mother's not giving you that candy bar. That's what you're having.
Right.
And she's not backing down. And bravo for that. And so they're going to change whatever. They can't change anything in there and start calling it canon because the person who made it canon is still alive.
Right.
Just like until Christopher Tolkien died, they couldn't do anything major changes unless they talked to him. With the canon of Lord of the Rings. Now that he's dead, of course, look at Amazon. They're filling the whole thing up left and right.
Boy.
So they're going to have to wait until, unless they decide to put all the hit person out on her. She's about my age. She's like about 50, 53. She's around my age. So she's probably got about 30, 40 years left if she stays in good health.
Right.
And again, it's going to be, suck it, bitches. It's my game. Whether you like it or not, it's my money. Like it or not. If you really don't like it, don't buy it. And you're going to find out that people are going to be buying this game because what you're hearing is, again, the ones that get on the Twitter, most of them probably never even would be on this game. Yeah, you got your little groups there. But I mean, I worked with a liberal land whale at one place. She's got the Harry Potter tattoos on, and never once did she say anything bad about Harry Potter after, she came out and started saying stuff, a few years back. This isn't a new thing. So it's like even they with their selective outrage, if they really love it, they're going to keep on going and they're going to keep on buying it. And the ones that are making the biggest noises, aren't the ones. They're not the ones that are going to be buying it. So the hell with them. And she knows that.
Right. Yeah, it's an interesting situation. Just checking the chat. Cosmic Fusion says we're vigilante. He said he'll be a tad bit late. He dropped he dropped
said
a
he was.
comment in. No, I'm sorry.
Oh,
He's not saying he was. He dropped a comment in the stream. A couple minutes ago and said he'll be a little late. So he'll be here eventually. It's great to see you, brother.
He's tired of working with a bigot like me. That's the truth.
Oh man, come on. Man.
No, I mean, I really love Vigilante. I love everybody on this show. So, I mean,
yeah,
I can't wait till it gets
awesome.
here.
Yeah.
I can't wait till it gets here. He's got such a great take on stuff.
Yeah, he does, man. He got a good spirit about him. The Ice Wolf. What's up, brother? How's it going, man? It's great to have you here. He says most people on Twitter that have time to do this shit don't actually buy the stuff. They only read the wiki and act as experts while buying stuff to lie at Baron Norman Tag. Yeah, I agree with you, man.
Absolutely right. Positive. And that's just, what was it? Raquel Biggs, she was making big comments about, with the new movie coming out and all that, and her frustrations because most of the people are going out there saying that they know all about Dune. Okay, have you read the book? No. Right. I saw the 1984 film. I saw the miniseries. I go to the wiki and I got the Cliff Notes, but I never read the book. Oh, now you're going to tell me what this is all about then.
Right.
You're going to tell me all the problematic stuff with Dune that's out there because some professor who's never gotten out of the closet in his college class is going to sit back and vomit out his bile about how bad this book is, and he himself probably has never even read the book. He was just told something from another professor. It's like, oh, I got to spread this along because obviously it's true. Again, never trust anything anybody tells you. Do your own research.
Exactly. Yeah, that's always and that's why. Look, I'm glad you said that. That's the reason that when it comes to information, and I've said this before, I'd rather get my information from you guys. Like no shit, man, because I know like we're the ones that we read the books. We'll do the homework behind the shit. So whenever you guys, and I'm talking about like people in the chat, like you, Baron, like Vigilante, and Mexican Iron Man. I mean, there's a bunch of people, man. Eric July, Young Ripper 59. I mean, there's a bunch of people that when they sit there and they speak, I listen. Why? Because they do the homework. They don't sit there and just watch a video or two. They're not going off of like Wikipedia or just seeing what their homeboy said. They'll go there and do the homework. And that's why I sit there and I listen to you guys. So, that's the beauty of it all when you got people that are a bunch of posers opposed to folks like us that sit there, do the homework, read the books, do the research, and come up with our own answers and knowing what the truth is versus being lied to by people that don't give a fuck, that are just sitting there and acting like they know about something when all they've done is watch a video or watch a movie or just read some shit off a wiki. So
right.
Then again, that's why I always say that's the difference between us and them.
And and I can understand why some people, like I'm just going to Dune. I can understand it's not everybody's taste for reading of a book, just like Lord of the Rings isn't everybody's taste in reading the book. For me, for both those books, it took me about 2 tries to start reading it and getting into it. And it doesn't make anybody smarter or dumber. It's just what's your taste? What do you expect? What is your flavor of the story you want to read? That is all. So I'll never badmouth someone for not reading Dune. I will badmouth the person who has never read it for coming out there and start pontificating upon what is this and that in the book without having read it. Same thing with like Harry Potter here, or whether it be Lord of the Rings or any book out there. C.S. Lewis, the Chronicle of Narnia, or various other stuff, Fruit Tape Letters. I mean, so it's I mean, there's having a discussion where you want to learn, you're asking questions.
Right.
And I'm always welcome for that. It's like, okay, and then, the bounce questions back and forth, that's learning. And no one should ever be afraid out there, whether you're getting into gaming, whether you're getting into movies. What are good movies to watch? I don't know. Okay, I know the person to talk to, and he's right above me here. That's a great guy to talk to. Throw your questions to him. 24 will let you know what's what, how, when, and why. Vigilante, with stuff that he knows, especially conspiracy theories. You want to know good conspiracy theory? Vigilante, come on in here. And talk to him, and he'll go. As long as the questions are respectable and you're willing to learn, boom. And that's part of doing homework. That's part of
Right.
learning, and maybe putting a little bit more of a fire that, okay, maybe I can tackle this. Maybe I can watch this movie that was hard for me to watch because I couldn't get into it. Now I got a frame. I got a frame for this. Now I can read this book. I got a frame for this, or I can play this game. I have a frame for this now, and that's what it should be. Not going out there and just pretending you know something and then just saying don't do it.
Right.
And Punkwater was not impressed with Harry Potter, and I hold my personal opinion. I don't hold Harry Potter in as high a light as a lot of people out there. I have my opinion about it is the same that Tolkien had of the Chronicle of Narnia, and that you're taking too many different fanciful mythological themes and mashing it together with no sense, and then you're throwing in Father Christmas.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
and I kind of have the same way that with what she was doing with the Harry Potter books. It was like taking a lot of those themes, mishmashing it together, doing so many changes in there that they're not really fully
Right.
recognizable no more, and nor do they coexist. There's a difference between the coexisting, like your northern myths, the coexistence of your Mediterranean myths, and even then, when you're in the Mediterranean, are you talking about, because there is a little bit of a difference between Greek and Roman? Are you talking about Mesopotamian myths? Are you talking about Egyptian myths? Each one has their own flavor. Each one has their own taste. Are you going to talk about the Finnish myths, which are not the same as the Norse myths? Are you talking about the Russian folklores and myths? Again,
Right.
something that's a little bit different. And to know what those differences are, and knowing that you can't necessarily always mash them together, and having something that's cohesive. And that's my opinion about it. And I'm sure people would probably disagree with me. Fine, that's understandable. I'm not going to belittle them if they enjoy the books. I am not going to belittle the fact that they like the books. It's
Right.
their flavor. For me, it wasn't necessarily fully my flavor. So I'm very respectful for her for being an author, for being able to do what she did, for making such a huge phenomenon like she did, as someone who came out of nothing. And I have nothing but respect for the woman for what she achieved. And I have even more respect now that she made her belief known. And even though she's being smeared, and yes, it is smeared. When the moment you start throwing out the S's and the phobes at somebody, it means you don't have an argument, and two, maybe she's right. Maybe she's right, and all you can do is just smear her. You're not battling ideas. So my hat's off to her. I think this is a win on her camp. And like I said, no matter what, she's going to be
She's still
laying in that
getting
bed of
paid.
money.
Yep. That's true. That is true. Man. So with that, let me see what the chat's saying here. Cosmic Fusion says you're a looker at the Islington girl. So, the Islington girl says my mom just read all the Harry Potter books. She loved them. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Harry Potter, whether you like the books or you don't, or you like the movies or you don't, Harry Potter has a magic. It has this rare thing that captured the hearts and minds of so many, whether you were young or you were old. And it's rare that you can put out so many movies, you can put out so many books, and it never lost its magic. And now that it's they're doing, what was that? Like, wasn't it a 20th anniversary? Am I right?
I think, Yeah, 20th anniversary or very close to that. Yeah,
Right,
because
right. So
first one
it's
came out like 2000 or so, 1999. I don't know.
you talking about the books or the movies?
Which one are you talking about? Books or movies?
The movies.
Yeah, what did they come out? I have to confess, I don't know.
The movies, if I'm not mistaken, that was around 2000, 2001.
Okay, yeah,
So,
okay, about the same
so
time as Lord of the
yeah,
Rings. Yeah.
so from the first movie. So yeah, this was a 20th anniversary, and people love Harry Potter just as much now as they did then. And
Hmm.
again, certain movies had that magic. Star Wars had that magic.
Hmm.
Lord of the Rings had that magic.
Hmm.
And it's like it's so very few movies, like franchises that can do 6, 7, 8 movies and still hold your imagination and just hold you to at awe. And it's rare. And then from what I've heard within the last day or two, along with this fucking article, was that they plan to get the cast back together. And I don't know how true this is. And this is something I read in 2 articles, but it could still be shit. That they plan to get the cast back together because there's more Harry Potter stories to be told.
Yeah.
So
And
and from what I heard, that Harry Potter, they and if I'm not mistaken, you can correct me because I don't, I've never read the books. But from what I heard was there were still adventures he was doing as a grown man.
right. I mean, the last book ended with him being older, sending his kids off to the Hogwarts and the like. He's within the ministry. Uh, so the that particular chapter in his life in those sagas came to an end. And to back up a little bit on that is J.K. Rowling actually had the last chapter of her book written before anything else, and
Right.
everything was working to that inevitable goal that she hoped that she'd be able to do, and she did. Uh, but now that that goal was done and everything's over with, there is opportunities for further adventures, whether it's
Right.
the next generation of Hogwarts, with Harry being more of that mentoring now,
Right.
uh, and who knows? This is what is going through her mind, and now the big question is, will they let her? Well, I think money will always win in this instance. Hollywood
Right.
needs it. The book
Uh,
industry needs it.
right.
Uh, Everybody needs it right now. So I'm sure if they say, JK, come on, please. And she's going to say, on my terms only.
Yeah. It's funny. Rough Girl says 24/7 Fusion Media. Harry Potter is inspiring and inspirational, but the agenda wants to destroy everything that's positive and ruin it. And I agree. I agree. It's just somebody's one opinion changes the whole factor where they want to separate the creator from the creation. And the thing is, it's like again, you can't. No matter how much you try to separate it, whatever you do like of Harry Potter, it's still coming from who? J.K. Rowling. So it's like I don't know. I don't understand what they're trying to do, but it looks to me it looks like it's a losing fight because at the end she gets paid. At the end, it's still her ideas, her creation. At the end, whatever they decide to do from this point forward without her, it's still gonna have her. Her ideas are still gonna be written all over it. So I don't know. And then unless you try to deter from the source material and just basically come with all new stories written by who and who would be as creative as J.K. Rowling's to try to come up with some new Harry Potter shit that especially when you have the creator still alive. Who the
Mhm.
fuck would want to read that? Who would want to buy it or who would want to watch it? It doesn't
Well,
make any sense.
and most importantly, she won't let anybody else touch it. It's still hers. She
Right.
didn't sell any of it off. She's still the queen bee. Things still have to be to her approval. She can make whatever deal she wants. A new film series comes out there, she can lay it down right right down to crossing the I's and dotting the T's,
Right.
that this is how it's going to go. Yes, can be some liberties done here and there, obviously translation from book to movie or whatnot. It has to be made as how you do it. And obviously, she was very pleased with how they did it with the movie series, because there was obviously translations, little differences between the two. But you have a situation here again, an author, a writer, a lady who is left of center. Again, it doesn't bother me. That is not an issue at all. But she's left of center,
Right.
and this is that side eating their own. She was in their camp except for one thing, and now they're going to destroy her. And with friends like that, who needs enemies?
Right. It's funny you say that. Punk Waddle says I would call it a cultural phenomenon, meaning Harry Potter, and the fact that they're trying to be petty enough to try to divorce her from the world she created. Do they want all the new work to go down the toilet? And it's like it's funny. It's funny that you put it in those terms, Pokwaddle, because I see that nowadays that's really what's happening. You're having it's like right now it's like they just killed Superman, and basically they're divorcing him from what he stands for. And now they're writing, they just written Superman to be this alt-right kind of person, and then he gets killed off so that his leftist son could take over. And it's fucked up because I don't talk in those kind of terms, but the reality of it is that basically they're trying to swap out what what's always been a hero that stood for truth, justice, and the American way, and they're trying to switch him out for his son that represents all the ideals that the other side possess in today's day and era. So you'd kill off an icon like Superman just to replace him with his punk ass son. That he ain't worth the fuck. Like whatever Jonathan Kent stands for, he's trying to call himself Superman. He ain't worth shit. But the thing is to separate Superman, and it's what, like, look, you got to think about this. You know how many people over the span of Superman's existence? People like, I own T-shirts. There's a lot of people that own Superman T-shirts. People had his toys, collect his comic books. If you didn't even go that far, you watch his you watch his cartoons. You seen Christopher Reeve. If you loved any of his movies or anything that Henry Cavill did, or Brandon Roth, or if you like the old serials that were in black and white. If you remember, the people having fucking curtains and towels I've seen people have like those busts, and people having all kind of like comic books and different things. Look, Superman is so big that if you can go to other countries and people know who the fuck Superman is. Mm-hmm. And just to think that you can just like with you killing him off in, I think if I'm not mistaken, it's this month's comic book. I think it's Action Comics number 1068 or some shit. He gets killed off, and you think that's just gonna be that? Like you can kill off the character. You think you're gonna kill off the fundamentals of what makes Superman who he's always been for the last fucking 80 plus years? It doesn't work like that. And the thing is you starting to see, people thinking that they can kill off the ideals of what makes something great and replace it with their fundamentals, with their fundamentals that don't add up to be shit. And it's you know what, and we're getting a lot of that. We're getting where things are getting altered now, to where people think that whatever way of life this is that we're living in today's day and era is better, like the ideology and everything else behind what we're looking at and what we're all up against is better than what we've lived or what our parents lived and our grandparents have lived. And all that is full of shit, man. It's like you can't you can't just kill the past and try to replace it with your present. It doesn't work like that, man. And it's like we're seeing a lot of that happen, and this is kind of it's kind of fucked up. It's
Well, see, you're bringing it into exactly what it is. You, me, people in the chat. None of us want to bring politics into this.
right,
It's the other side. Superman, to me, was never political. Superman, exactly what you sat back and said. Truth, justice, and the American way.
and that was for
The
all.
American, right? That is for everybody. Superman would go out there and do something that might piss off somebody who was on the right, but then he would turn around and piss off somebody on the left because why? It was right. It was justice. It was for truth. It is for the American way. This is what America is for, and that is what I am defending. Black, white, Asian, Mexican. It doesn't matter where you came from. It doesn't matter if you're a man or woman. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. Look at it. This is a superhero that was created by two Jewish boys in what were they in Ohio or New York? I can't really remember where these guys came from.
Yeah, right.
But you're
I
talking
can't
about
remember either.
two Jewish boys came up with this in that time and era. And here he is, the symbol of what America is about. It's about us all. If there's one thing that's political about it, that's what it is. About us all. And even Batman again, he fights for truth and justice, but in his own way. It's a darker way. He's a detective. Superman is the beat cop. They both
Right.
have their different approach, but the thing is they're both for one way. I'm not even looking at it on the level of political. Now, Green Arrow, that's a different matter. They did intentionally bring him in to be a liberal superhero when he was introduced in the day. Fine, I love Green Arrow. I do. I loved his revival they did it back in the 80s, in fact. I thought that was some of his best work. But we're not the ones that are wanting to turn this political.
Right.
They are. And that's what's important. We're staying the course. This is what we want. And eventually they're going to burn out because they're firing all their loads at once now because they're desperate. And that's a perfect show that we are winning. Jonathan
Right.
Kent is going to go down in flames. Within the next couple of years, guess who you're going to be seeing wearing the tights again? It'll be Clark Kent. He'll be there, and it'll be truth, justice, the American way, because DC is going to wake up and go, man, this shit stinks. We're going nowheres. We made Wonder Woman to a lesbian. We've turned Jonathan Kent into bisexual. We did this with Batman. We did this, and it's not getting us anywhere. Why not just have a superhero being a superhero fighting for everybody?
Right.
And it's going to change. It's going to change for the better. I know it. They're going to finally start waking up and realize that they're getting nowheres, especially when these. I mean, this isn't the first time that the big comic companies, you know this isn't the first time the big comic companies were in dire straits and they had threats of the independence coming up. I mean, in the 80s, that's why there was having to do a bunch of that revamping. I know DC did a bunch of that revamping, and that's where Johnny Byrne, however you pronounce his name, redid Superman. Of course, he had Frank Miller and his take
John
from
Burns.
Batman.
Yeah.
John Burns, thank you. And all that, and and they did very respectful jobs because why? They were respectful to the source material, and they're going to realize they're going to have to do that again. And how many times does Superman die, anyways, throughout the career of Superman?
Well, actually, this is second time, and it's funny because they're killing him in like it's like he. Before I keep going, I'd like to introduce my boy.
Yeah, I was waiting
Oh,
for not too long, but just a little bit.
welcome.
Vigilante Winston here on another episode of the Primetime Kings. A little late, but I made it, which is always a good thing. So I have a few thoughts of just some of the things you're talking about because it looked. Am I correct? You guys are talking about J.K. Rowling.
Right.
Yeah.
Go for
That's
it,
what
brother.
started.
You want me to
So,
move this at all for you?
Yeah, you can
uh,
go ahead and
You want to go on or?
yeah.
Okay,
you can.
there we go. You all
So,
look better now.
yeah. So the thing with J.K. Rowling specifically, and I wish I was almost on my channel so I could hit the Joker like you get what you fucking deserve, because I have zero sympathy for her. She literally, like the very first time I heard of massive like gender and sexuality and race swaps was J.K. Rowling saying, "Oh, Hermione was black and gay, and everyone was gay, and you were gay, and you were gay."
Yeah, I
Just like
heard about that.
Oprah
I heard
were
about
gay.
that.
This was years ago. This was like 2000. I think this is pre-Trump. This is like 2014 or something like that.
Right.
So she
Oh
was
yeah.
one of the very first ones doing this shit. So for her specifically, it's like you really made this bet. Now, the past year or two or whatever it's been, she's been reversing course hardcore and she's been saying almost it's like, you know what? You were all for this when it was convenient. When it got inconvenient, that's when you started to turn around. Now, specific to Superman, I'm worried about whether or not Clark Kent will come back because of this ESG thing and the fact that a lot of these companies are going to get, whether it's from grants from the government or from other corporations or other funders or backers, they're going to have the incentive of and good night Avalon, but they
Take it easy.
take it easy. They're going to have that financial incentive to make it worse. And I don't know how that's going to react. Now I have a theory. I mean, we saw it last week with the Sneakerella thing and similar stuff. They can fuck it up just like they fucked up the China money, and that's possible, and that's what I'm hoping for. That they're so toxically liberal that they're offensive, and thus cannot get that ESG funding, and then have to rely on customers, and then that's when you see, okay, we're not making any money. We're so fucking toxic that we're actually offending everybody that we're trying to get,
Right.
which honestly 9 times out of 10 they do anyway. That's my only hope, but I fear that unfortunately, even if it does, if Clark does come back, it's going to be a little bit longer than it normally would be. And I hope Rough Girl feels better with her migraine.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I was.
Poor thing. I hate hearing that.
Well, thank you for being here, and and we all hope you feel better quickly.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, Vigilante, is even that ESG money is going to run out. Where's it going to come from here soon? This nation is running into the red big time. Less people are working. There's no way. So the money, no matter how hard they try to gin it out, is again inflation will rise up. They're not. No matter what they start throwing, it's not going to be worth much. They can go with a wheelbarrow full of money, like they did in the Weimar Republic, Germany, and it ain't going to mean crap. I mean, so that money's gonna go here soon.
Well,
I'm sure of it.
That's like a whole nother can of worms. But speaking of cans of worms, Fat Steven Seagal has joined.
What's up, bro?
Sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm busy.
It's all good, man. Shit, great to have you here, man.
One of the busiest men in YouTube. There he is, live. Fat Steven Seagal. Yay!
Yeah, man. Great to have you here, brother. How's it going, man?
I'm hungover. I'm exhausted.
Oh man.
Am I far away from the mic?
Yeah. You sound like you're a little distant.
Yeah. It's okay. I'm always emotionally indistant. 24 just hold me, and everything will be okay. Right. Is that better?
No, yeah, you sound better.
There you go. Yeah.
No, we had pub chats last night. I'm pretty much just trying to recover my body, but no, it's been good. I was lurking, watching you guys a little bit of this stuff, and no, Jackie Chan should not go in the Marvel Universe.
Jackie Chan in the Marvel Universe, I missed that.
Oh, I just saw
it's
no, he's too old.
Shang-Chi for Shang-Chi 2. They're trying to get Jackie Chan to come in there, man. So
I think he's learned enough when it came to Mulan. He's not going to do that.
Mhm.
Sure enough.
It's
How are you guys doing?
I'm
I'm
doing
doing good. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, doing better now that I'm here. I always look forward to being here. When I get here with you guys, I'm always doing great.
yeah, man. I've been actually excited about being here, man. Just great to be here with y'all, man. So I'm good. I'm good.
That's good. Vigilante, congratulations on starting the new channel.
Yeah, oh yeah, I did start a new channel. So I haven't done anything with it, and I actually had it for a little bit, but I'm like, you know what? We're gonna start doing stuff with it. I may actually stream sometime tonight.
You have all your 10-minute videos on your original channel, right?
You say all my I do have them.
You do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what you should start doing is, since we're going to start transferring it over, is to
Just
get the
re-upload.
algorithm. Re-upload, but you only do one 10-minute video a day.
Okay.
And do it for the next 2 months until the algorithm picks you up and see the difference and see whether or not your content changes.
Okay. I appreciate the suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
You
yeah.
grow
and
too.
since you did those right, I should have put it in the chat. I forgot I have mod powers.
Yeah. Please do, man.
Can you guys talk to LeVar Burton for me though? Because I would really like to talk to Jordy again.
Yeah. We can switch
Yeah,
gears. I know we've been.
on me for the Jordy LaForge blocking me. I'll never be able to get a Reading Rainbow ever.
He blocked you?
He blocked you?
He
Yeah,
blocked me that day. That's why I put in the thing. He blocked me when he put that tweet because I contradicted his whole freaking statement with logic using broccoli, aka Barclay.
Well, Barkley, exactly. And you and Bounty in the comics, they got blocked for the same thing. He did not like being countered and shown exactly what kind of fool he is. And
I'm
he is a
too
fool.
white for Star Trek. I forgot. My bad.
Oh.
That's two separate black actors from Star Trek properties that have blocked me this year.
Who's the first one?
The one who plays the Black Doctor in Discovery.
Well, no,
You
that's
said
not
Star-
Star Trek.
I was just about to say this is
I'm
Star
still
Trek.
saying. It's like I'm on a roll here. I just need one more, and I got like the whole set. You know, Jerry Ryan, if you're listening, don't block me. I love you.
Oh shit. Hell, Dee Dee Mars. Great to have the Catman here. And the lovely Sherry. Man, that's fucking awesome. There you go, Vigilante. Yeah, you guys please sub to Vigilante Williamson's new channel, which is an old channel, but he just resurrected it, so it's new to us.
Yeah,
But,
it's Vigilante William Vengeance. I don't know if you'll be able to find it, but I'm gonna. Yeah, I thank you for that suggestion. I'm gonna start uploading videos there. But LeVar Burton,
Yeah.
you know how you could have got blocked? Just ask him about his Kickstarter, man. Me and Matt covered that shit when he very first started popping off. And I'm not a lawyer. Just looks pretty shady. That's all I'm gonna say. If I'll use the terms alleged because I don't want to get 24/7 Fusion Media or anyone else in trouble. The views I'm about to express are not 24/7 Fusion Media's or Baron Orman Tags or Fast Steven Seagal. They're only mine and my interpretation of the information that I found a few months ago with Matt. And you can check out the Culture Crown Fires. I couldn't tell you what episode, but
Right.
basically, it looks like he got the rights for Reading Rainbow for initially an educational app, and he started a Kickstarter for what was supposed to be a free educational app, but instead tried to cut a side deal with Netflix with this content that he didn't own, that the Reading Rainbow company, I want to say it's a PBS in Buffalo that actually owns intellectual
Yeah,
property.
it is PBS, right?
Yep. So he basically had the rights to do this app. He did not have the rights to sell it to Netflix, and he tried to. Allegedly, if I'm reading the tea leaves correct. So whatever happened with that Kickstarter, it was something janky. So he's in and I'm not trying to bash dude. And yeah, I think it might have been Cosmic Fusion who back in the day, you know, I don't want to dead name him what his name was at that time. But man, when I saw that, I was like, man, this looks suspect. So he's not in the moral position to sit here and bash and worry about the fact that he didn't get pussy on the fucking Next Generation. He needs to focus on that shit. It's good for him.
Technically, he got pussy though, Vigilante. Data asked him numerous times to look after Spot. It's Data's cat.
There you
And
go.
in the last episode, in the alternate universe, he was married to the character.
Mm-hmm. Data or the cat?
Both. You know, it was an open marriage.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go.
Oh,
But you know, I think it was even earlier this year. Good old LeVar Burton shot his gobstopper there, and when he was sent back saying that he was not for the freedom of speech, that it's okay to
Yep.
go after people, and it's
That's
like,
what
excuse me, you know, right there, that was
accountability instead of cancel culture. Fuck. Yeah, my God.
right. We're way into it. It's like, you know, here you're a guy who's promoting reading, which
Consequence
means, you know,
culture.
right.
yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
And you know, here you are with a show that's supposed to be thoughts and ideas, and promote, and another one promoting reading, and then being Kunta Kinte in that massive
Roots.
miniseries back in the
Roots. That was
70s.
Roots.
I mean, exactly. So you don't sit back and say now is a time that only one view is to be. If it was only one view, you wouldn't have had Roots. If it was only
That's
one
true.
view, you wouldn't have had Reading Rainbow. Who gives a shit about teaching kids to read? We don't want them to read. You wouldn't have been on Next Generation, right? We already had the black person on Next Generation with Nichelle Nichols. Let's replace them with a Finnish person or a Canadian, you know, something like that. Oh wait, they already did that. Never mind. With Kirk and Scotty, they're Canadians. Mexican Iron Man. No, let's have Mexican Iron Man on there instead of Jordy. There. But it's, you know,
Do you really want taco sauce in the lithium chamber? Honestly,
why not?
can you imagine the saucer section would literally just be a sombrero?
I like it. There you go. The warp nacelles looking like burritos,
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
and instead of Spot, it'd be a little Bambino running around.
Man, Pat S, you're 100% right. We should have peeped something from the beginning, like a blind guy. He's a blind character on one show. He's promoting reading on the other. There's an issue there. We should have been suspicious from the get go.
Well, you know what?
You could have just changed it to reading Braille Bow, you know? Just,
That's a good one.
Well,
Shit.
Well, you know how the character came about. The character Geordi LaForge, because it was
Nah,
never
go for
written for a particular ethnicity at all, but it was named for a Star Trek fan by the name of Georgie LaForge. And I can't remember if that person had MS or cerebral palsy. I can't remember, but it was somebody who was disabled and such. And Gene Roddenberry did the character up for Star Trek in honor of that fan. But of course, obviously, it would be hard to have someone with cerebral palsy or MS. I can't remember which one it was. So he just made him blind, and he thought, hey, yeah, what a novelty here. Let's have a blind man steer the Enterprise. And that's how that basically came about.
Yeah. Isn't it funny that not all, but a good portion of the TNG cast have kind of turned out to be douches?
no,
Oh,
there's always a douchebag.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't-
about the only one that hasn't
Yeah.
so far, and
Brent.
and also Michael Dorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the two. Brent Spiner and Worf are the only two that I haven't heard. And maybe something might have slipped, past us, but those are the only two that I haven't heard talk any shit. The rest of them. Oh, and the Doctor, Crusher.
Pulaski or Crusher?
Crusher. She doesn't say shit neither. She stays away from all that
Gates
shit.
McFadden, I believe.
Huh?
Yeah,
I
Gates
think her name is
McFadden.
Oh,
Gates
yeah.
Right, right.
She was cute.
Patricia Tallman was actually her stunt double in a couple
Mhm.
of times. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Oh, she
Did not know
was?
that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Kira Nerys from DS9. Yeah.
Super dope.
Wow.
She was. I had a crush on Crusher, and that was not.
I
was
think
not
you're
intended to be
I think you're a Pulaski man. I think that's what.
Oh.
Oh. One
Oh,
season
shit.
Pulaski. It was just too much for me, man. Oh.
I don't know. The pink complexion in your face says otherwise. I'm sorry. No, Cisco was
Actually-
never a jerk. Avery Brooks was
No.
great. No.
And I've always heard nothing but good things about how he interacts with fans. I always thought that he's one of these that was, keep away from type of persons. But then I started hearing about how he does interact with those fans and how great he is. And it's like, whoa, that's gives a new level of respect for that guy, for me. The douche generation, I like that.
Yeah, man, that's so. But it's good. I'm glad you guys point on like, okay, not this person, but it just seems like I look at Corsa. I'm sorry, everyone else is just man, it's a lot of.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I knew there was, in the beginning of Next Generation, I knew there was a big problem. And I can't remember which episode it is. Maybe you can help me out fast, Steven Seagal. But Patrick Stewart goes into this talk about how when we negotiate with people and they want to be to be combative to us, and no matter how hard we try to talk them out of it, if they still want to battle us, it's our fault. And I heard those escape Patrick Stewart's lips in the show going, what do you mean? If you did everything not to have a fight, it isn't your fault. It's the other bastard's fault. How can you be going out and even say that with a straight face? And I'm sure it had been one of the first 2 seasons of Next Generation. In fact, I think he was talking to Wesley about it, about something.
I'm sorry, I don't acknowledge Wesley's existence. He can eat my ass.
Weasley. How's that? Weasley.
No, I don't. No, he can eat my ass. Great.
Listen, but this is not the hub, but we get the point.
Yeah, I'll even buy him one of those spoons with the fork. Yeah.
But yeah,
because he talks so much shit, he might as well just eat out of everyone's asshole. He can kiss it and get a meal.
Fuck Hill Heaton. He doesn't. No W's at all. Hill Heaton. Never a W. He's never had a W. Never had a W in his life. No W's.
And yeah, I'll say that. You think he has this ability to go outside time and space with the Traveler, and he hasn't picked up shit in a lifetime.
Nothing but L's. He was an L before he started talking shit. He was always an L.
He was always wearing pajamas everywhere he go. He had that weird sweater, pajama top shit. Like, who's dressing you? It's definitely not Crusher. She has class, but who's dressing you? Like Frankie bartender.
Well, he had those gray things. Yeah, shut up, Wesley. Yeah, from season 2 on, he had those gray things with the, I don't know, trying to make him look more uniform than the pride shirt. That he was
an acting ensign, yes. Yes.
Acting ensign, yeah. I don't think he was, but
you want to know what the fight part is? Later on, 7 of 9 got her his that outfit for her. It's the same skin tight thing, pretty much. That's what happened.
Oh.
There you go. 24/7's like, oh, you just ruined that image for me.
Oh shit.
And Keely, I'm in the same boat as you. She was one of my top TV melts too.
I will drop the hammer though. Witcher season 2, I haven't been able to stop watching.
Really?
It is that good. The monsters and the fighting with the monsters. It's like the game and the books are combined right now. It's good.
Did they drop it all, or are they dropping it segment?
They dropped it all.
Oh, okay. I thought the Netflix was doing the segment thing.
The creatures are badass.
7 of 69 talking about 7 of 9.
You got to leave it up to Sentient to drop some shit like that.
I always wondered if her nipples were board game plants. That was always one thing that bothered me. I never could figure it out.
One's AM, one's FM.
I thought she was natty. I may be wrong. I'm not sure. But listen, man, she's still pretty hot, honestly.
All right, who is hotter, 7 of 9 or T'Pol from Enterprise?
I was also going to say that's from Enterprise. You shit.
All right, isn't it? Yeah.
I think I had to go with 7 of 9.
I like T'Pol.
You only liked it because you saw it in her underwear in that one scene for the D-Cam with Tucker. Let's not go down that road here, bro.
Well, no, I have a thing for the ears. I mean, I go all the way back to Kirstie Alley in Star Trek 2. It's like, oh my.
Oh man, hey,
she was cute before she.
Fuck you.
If you listen carefully, you can hear the thunk of someone's erection against the table.
Oh, you tripping there. Hey, Fenrir the Ice Wolf, man, you take it easy, brother. I know you got a bounce, man. You take it easy, man. Peace
Take
out,
care.
brother. Thank you, man, for being here. Oh, shit. That's funny as shit. To Paul for me, but that's just preference. I feel you. Both are hotter.
I'll probably go with 7. Yeah, both are
Ye-
pretty cute. I'll probably go
Yeah.
7 or 9 myself, but
It's a hard choice.
oh cute. I get the ear thing. Little cute ear thing.
Oh, shit.
More ways than one. It's a hard choice.
Yeah, I was like, is that a pun?
Yeah, I think it turned
Is that
into
a personal attack? No.
No, not yet. Later.
But yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
What do you put the
toxic,
bigot,
yeah.
the bigot Orman tag for his name? Oh
What?
shit!
Well, I figure we're going to be hitting the subject of LeVar Burton. And it's like, well, Ray Instantina, so you're going to be a bigot because
It is unfortunate, man. That because I think I'm not trying to judge or I'm speculating, but I think it just comes from like nobody talks about him. Not really, the fame fades, the money starts to fade, and then you have to hop on some wagon, and it's like not just him, all these people that you like. Oh man, I used to like them when I was younger, or I used to like what they did, and then they turn into some old idiots. Like, still make fun of these motherfuckers, but it is sad, you know what I mean? Because it's like, damn, you didn't have to go out like that.
Hey, did you guys ever hear that his daughter is an actress?
I did, yeah, because of the Rooster
And
Teeth
and,
thing.
and you know that she was a part of a show that, from what I heard, she was a part of a show, and this, from what I can remember, this happened a couple months ago. She was a part of a show about maybe a couple years ago, and one of the actresses was really hating on her. And then the actress came around and apologized, and people got on that actress's ass that was trying to fuck over LeVar Burton's daughter. And you can look that shit up, man. His daughter got into some drama or whatever the fuck. And that's around the time where LeVar came with that consequence culture bullshit. It was around that time because they was asking him how he felt about that, because his daughter was kind of like pulled into some shit and she was just not speaking upon. And I didn't even know he even had a fucking daughter, let alone a daughter that was an actress that got hated on in a show. And then it's like now of course, the actress that hated on her, she's black and the actress was white and she apologized and all this other shit. But then people came after the white actress that tried. But this is all behind the scenes shit that people didn't know about. So why would, so it's kind of, I don't know, man. It's some weird shit. And I think something along the way he changed.
Yeah.
And that's what it is with a lot of these people, man. At first they start off and they're humble, but something along the path changed these people to where it's like they weren't the people that started these shows. And then, of course, it's like a decade or two later after these shows are finished. And they ended up turning into something completely different that, it makes them, instead of these people being actors that we like, it turned them more into like monsters that we can't fucking stand anymore.
Yeah. And I think you're talking about she was on Rooster Teeth and Punk Wild.
Right. It was some shit. Yeah, exactly. I think she was a voice actress, and one of the, that's when the whole time where Rooster Teeth was going through their shit, I guess she got dumped on by this one actress, and now, and now that people found out the truth about what was going on, that's when LeVar came with that consequence culture bullshit.
It
So
sure was around the same time as that crap.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong here. In fact, even, you can definitely correct me if I'm wrong on this one.
Well, I'm never right, so don't even worry about it.
Well, then we'll both be wrong then. How's that sound? But when it comes around to what LeVar Burton was bitching about, and which is that Leah Brahms thing, and of course, the first time we had that experience, it was he just calls her up on the holodeck, trying to figure out what the problem is with the Enterprise. and he starts interacting with the hologram image, and as a lone, and of course, I think most of us, especially us nerd boys back then, could identify that here you are interacting, and this person now starts becoming the living poster, the living Farrah poster, and you start having feelings for the image.
Because he actually changed the hologram's parameter to actually think on the fly, like Leah Brahms, gave her what all the data thing was. Yes, he developed an attraction. And that's the whole thing. I'll even quote it because I have it here. Like literally, he says he called her. He said that it portrayed Jordy as a stalker, even though a sexual miscreant. I'm like, but he wasn't a miscreant. He fell in love with Brahms. He knew a lot about her. So when the episode of actually meeting happened, yes, it was uncomfortable for her, but it wasn't stalkerish. It was more of a misunderstanding and unrequited attraction, so to say. It wasn't racism, it wasn't sexism, it wasn't any of that. And I'm like, not once in that episode did it come off as an offender. Not once did I feel ugly for Jordy, but I understood how it came across. Not criminal, but misunderstood of the previous circumstance in the holodeck program. When he was found out, Barclay was also misunderstood because of the hologram, and he was teased for it, even to the point where Picard slipped and called him broccoli. Jordy wasn't teased. It was a huge difference. And it came down to, like, a lot of us have had a point in life where we've had a crush or an attraction to someone, and we go out on a limb to try something, and because we've been listening and we say, hey, we think you like this and that, they either make a public spectacle and embarrass the shit out of you, or they reject you and you move on over time. That is definitely what happened. And Star Trek doesn't go out to make their head engineer or whatever it is a sexual miscreant. If you're interpreting that, then you've already developed not the accountability culture. You're kind of counting yourself as the goddamn victim culture because you couldn't get your Reading Rainbow cell on, if that's actually true. So it all comes down to one thing. These guys are looking for attention, and they're jumping on the bandwagon of the 1% morons.
Right. Exactly. And it's just like we like we were just talking about earlier. Jerry Ryan are T'Pol, 7 number T'Pol. It's the same thing right there. Is what kind of fantasy is there? And women have them too. I mean, look at all the Burt Reynolds posters that were up, and all the Tom Selleck posters that women go Google Gaga over, and they have their fantasies to be with. In some ways, I'd say the original Barclay one was a little bit more creepy because Barclay was actually working with these people.
Couldn't handle. He had social anxiety when it came to real people. He was able to deal with holograms because he knew he could remove them afterwards and not. He knew it was fictional there. He knew he didn't have to actually look at them again. The reason why it bothered the crew is because they were using their likenesses. But eventually he got over that, and he was one of the main protagonists to help get the Voyager home.
Yep. So
and because of his whole addiction, he created a program with that crew on a holodeck Voyager bridge, and it was a little outlandish, but honestly, he just needed Troy to ride him a couple times. He probably would have been a better person. I think that's what needed to happen. Troy needed not Worf, not Riker, just go after Broccoli. Than Troy and Broccoli.
Real quick, two huge things, and the echo went away. I didn't know if that was me or if it was going on, but it was an echo, but it went away. But two huge, massive parts in the chat. First, Glenzer, you had to highlight a second ago about Kaepernick, and it's a great point. When he was the starting quarterback in the Super Bowl, he didn't have anything political to say. He didn't have anything to say about the black plight or anything. And there were incidents around there that he could have argued about, but he didn't have anything to say then. He had nothing to say because he was the starting quarterback in the Super Bowl, and he had no problem showing the two white people, because he's a mixed race guy who was adopted, who raised him. He was showing them off, and that was a part of his story. He was an adopted kid, and he was again starting quarterback in the Super Bowl. And then a few years later, when he's faded and the league has figured him out, now he has to be political. And then Punkwater has another point. He says he thinks the reality TV kind of shifted what celebrity is, and a no-name can become a franchise star with no merit, and athletes and celebrities see that as a model to stay relevant. I agree. In the post, not just reality TV, in the post-social media world, you don't really have to do much to be famous. So just screaming for clout by way of hashtag social justice is a new revenue stream for the irrelevant, for the people that fall off, for the people whose star has faded. Instead of just aging gracefully and fading into the background or finding other avenues in which to express themselves or make money, they just hang on the clout, and they just victimhood pays. Victimhood pays. I can't remember the exact quote from Booker T. Washington over 100 years ago, but he said there's The specific words of class, I ain't gonna use the word for let's keep these channels in some good standing with Mama Susan. But there's a certain class of it was a term of the time for black people that want problems to stay in order to profit off of it. The exact quote escapes me, and yes, the cat does want his close up. But there are people who just want these problems to be exacerbated and pushed out there for profit. And unfortunately, LeVar Burton has become one of them.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's what you do.
Right.
He's
I
not
agree.
hiding his
Because-
my appearance.
I mean, I don't think I'm wrong to say, but LaForge was actually one of the more popular characters of Next Generation in his own way.
Yeah,
Yeah. Really, I mean, you had all the main ones, but when it comes around to, I think, ones that maybe the fans could identify a little bit more with, it was LeVar. It was Jordi LaForge. In some fashion or another, I think fans could identify with his character a little bit more, even though he wasn't necessarily one of the prominent ones out there.
You know, the thing about his character was sincere. He came from a good place, and it kind of like it was kind of like where you were able to identify with him, especially like from reading Rainbow. It's like like we don't. I could say this from seeing him from reading Rainbow. Of course, a lot of us don't really know what his personal life was like, but from what we saw, dude meant well. He came from a good place, and he cared about everybody. And then, there were times where he would just read books. There were times where you would see him in different locations interacting with people, and he still kept the same demeanor. He was real lighthearted, good, all around good dude. And you know what? That actually rolled over into the Next Generation, and he was like basically the same guy, but with whatever Star Trek was trying to make him out to be. But he was still even if in his character of LaForge, he was a good guy. He meant well. He cared about everybody. He cared about his friends. And even though he wasn't like he wasn't no kick-ass fighter, he wasn't a warrior or no shit like that, he still held his own with trying to figure out problems and making sure that everybody lived to see another day with whatever the fuck they were going through. And just to see that was what he portrayed when he did Reading Rainbow, and we thought that was more or less who he really was, because he was just reading books and doing kid stuff. We looked at him like, hey man, this guy is barely just a decent guy. He wasn't. He'd be somebody that you'd like to hang out with, and not necessarily say he would have a beer with you, but
he was pretty fly for a white guy.
Oh man,
yeah, well,
Oh, come on, no one knows Offspring. What the hell?
I love
I do,
Offspring.
man. That's why I was like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Listen, I was just playing the Pixies when I joined Matt's show because it was a very easy song to play.
You got a porn bot in your chat. Laura Cameron needs to get blocked.
Yeah, I did block her. It's showing up on.
I have in the last
StreamYard.
5-6 days. I've had over 50 of them.
I mean,
Whoa.
Wow.
What the fuck just happened?
a
We had
bot
a bot.
showed up. I got it, and I turned out. How do I get rid of? Because I'm a boomer, so I put it on timeout. But how do I? There's no block button. After I delete the message,
Hide from the user. Hide this user on the channel. It's blocked permanently.
Okay.
Timeout only times them out from typing for 5 minutes or something.
Well, she's
Yeah.
deleted and timed out and everything. There's only one bot, so it's not that bad.
Well, yeah, I think
sure.
one of the things with LeVar Burton is his demeanor and how he talks and all that is so approachable.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And which made it easy for his characters. I remember when he got the role of Next Generation, and they say he was going to be wearing that braid across his eyes. The one guy I knew, he sat back and said it was such a shame that he was going to be wearing it because LeVar Burton has such expressionable eyes. And they'll be hiding such a wonderful feature that he has. And again, it's all part of that approachableness that you kind of have with it. How he looks at you, how he talks, how he
Right.
seems to present himself, everything like that. So it makes these things hurt when he starts shooting this off. That I guess all I have to say about that. I mean, it's just like such. It's like you almost feel like you got slapped or kicked in the nuts about that because like, excuse me, I never thought these things about you.
Yeah,
or any of this.
that's kind of what I was talking about earlier. It's like, man, I really liked your character on TNG, and you bring up a good point, man. There was a bit of a crossover in your life from reading Rainbow. It went both ways.
Right.
And, Glitzer said, him and Data could have had a spinoff. I always thought they were like the people's champ. They were kind of like, I was a normie when it came to TNG. I don't remember every single episode, every single thing, and I'm not that guy. I'm just a guy who, when I was younger, it was because it was a episodic, I think is the right word. I always get episodic serialized mixed up. But because it was episodic and each show didn't necessarily link to the other, and there was always in syndication, always on, it was just something to turn on every now and again, and it was cool. And I liked his character because because he was so genuine. And some of that really did come over from the genuine, inviting, warm guy he was on Reading Rainbow. And it's like, for all these years later, for you to be a guy that I hear about with this crazy Kickstarter business and talking about consequence culture, and it does suck what happened with his daughter. I think she did have some legitimate concerns, and Rooster Teeth outside of his daughter had a lot of legitimate concerns. They had almost an Activision Blizzard situation going on there, so it was a kind of a crazy place. So I do feel bad for him, but or his daughter in that case, but that's no reason to extrapolate that and take that out on other people and then try to use it as a profit source. It's just not. At least that's what I'm genuine. I hope he's. I don't know what's going on in this brother's mind, but it looks like he's looking to use it as a profit source. And there's the bot.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay, yeah, that's the bot there. You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, and you don't make more enemies out of allies. And I'm not using ally as the bullshit ally, by the way.
Yeah.
But the people who are on your side. So, and the thing is, right there, LeVar, you just kind of broke both those rules there. With the when you're going out there saying, well, we don't have freedom of speech. Well, you just right there, you destroyed the one, and then with the baby with the bathwater, then you start insulting a whole huge segment of people that watched you, helped you because of who you were, not what you are. You just now alienated people who would be normally sympathetic on your side. You don't want to do that.
Yeah,
Dildo.
Unfortunate. And Sentient Dildo is having fun. He doesn't like bots, so he's
awesome. I love Sentient, man. He's fucking
crazy.
Oh man, he be fucking my head up, man. Sometimes with some of the shit he says, man. He's funny as fuck, man. I'm thankful whenever he shows up, man.
Yeah, man. We love Sentient Dildo. He's a character. I don't know where I would do without him. I'm so used to seeing him on most of the streams I do. It's just like. Don't know where I would be. So thank you.
And then he be acting up everywhere he goes, man. That's why he's so consistent with that wild shit. It's funny, man. I appreciate him, man. Appreciate you, Sentient, man. You just made me laugh like a motherfucker, man.
Yeah, got to salute.
Yeah, and then Cosmic Fusion is funny as fuck too, man.
We got a lot of comedians out there in the chat. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, a bunch of great folks, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
And New Bomb Turk hasn't even shown up yet. I mean, then it really starts getting wild.
Oh, yeah. Well, hopefully he'll make it.
Me too. If the Hollywood Knights let him go.
Yeah.
Man. So what's everybody's verdict on LeVar Burton, man?
You know what? He needs to just go away. He needs to go away. He needs to sit in the corner. He needs to I don't know. He needs to get right. He needs to get right with himself and not be another what do they call you Fat Steven Seagal, grifter? He needs to stop the grift. That's what I would say. He needs to stop the grift.
Yeah, someone called me a grifter and I just ran with it. Yeah.
You had the master grift. Yeah. I think in seriousness, the dude is become a grifter. And no, I don't think Cosmic Fusion cannibalized New Bound Turk. That would be crazy if he did. Or did one of
Oh
like
my
talented
god.
Mr. Ripley or some shit. Like you do out there. Okay.
Oh
keep
fuck,
game in the
man.
room. Cool.
But gentlemen, I do gotta get going.
Okay.
Take
All
care.
right, man. Hey, man, it was great having you, brother.
It's
Hey,
cool.
man.
And Jordy, if you're listening, go fuck yourself. Have a good night, everybody. Congrats.
Well, I think we got Fat Steven Seagal's take on this.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Hey, appreciate you, brother, man.
You and Pecan can go live out your apologetic lives trying to grift reading Rainbow and PBS specials at this point. God damn it, man. God damn it. Go see Spider-Man.
Okay.
Take care,
Oh,
guys.
shit.
I'm going to have to.
All right, man. Take it easy, brother. Thank you,
Go
man.
blow
Take care,
that
Fat
shit
Steven.
up.
Good talking with
Yeah.
you.
Take care, shit.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, let's blow
Subdivision's
that shit
channel.
up, brother.
Yeah.
Subdivision channel.
Later.
All right.
All right, later, brother. Peace.
The exit button. What the hell?
All righty.
My take on it is I think I would hope somewhere along the line with LeVar Burton having blocking left and right. You know, Fat Steven Seagal. I can understand why he did Fat Steven Seagal. Just kidding, brother. But I mean, bounding in the comics, which is a little bit more of a prominent thing out there, and bringing up points, and they were actually rather respectful as they were coming back at him. I would hope by the time he did his 50th, 60th blocking of somebody coming at him, that he might start waking up and realizing, maybe I have the wrong take. I'd hope that the man is smart enough for that. He always seemed to be a little bit, even though it's not someone I necessarily would agree with, again, that's not the point. I think he's smarter than that. And I hope that he would wake up and come out and say, I was wrong. I would really hope so. I don't think it's going to be, but I really hope so.
Nah. And you know something? I didn't think about this. He was trying to get the Jeopardy job too. A lot of
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to not look at this as activism for profit, at least personally, especially knowing what I know about the Kickstarter situation. And again, I could be interpreting that wrong. I'm not an attorney. Again, I'm trying to get disclaimer just because I don't want lawyers to come after me. I could be totally interpreting that situation incorrectly, but it just seems like, with that. And then, of course, a lot of this hype not only happened, like you guys said, when his daughter situation started, or at least when it came out, because I think it was from, like you said, a few years ago when actually the incidents happened. But not only did that start him talking all this shit, it was the fucking Jeopardy. He wanted the Jeopardy job. So he was basically trying to social justice his way into that job. So that's, it's a real sad thing to see from somebody who I definitely liked. And definitely, I hope he gets right, but I think he's too busy grifting, and I would love for that to stop. We'll see.
And try to get that Jeopardy job. I mean, first of all, trying to take over after Alex Trebek was on that show, for 34 years, I think it was, or something close to that, before he unfortunately passed away. I mean, there you're taking over someone that is so iconic with the role, even more so than Art Fleming, who did it originally. Then the field you have that they're looking at. I mean, you have so many great candidates. And I'm not saying he was a bad candidate. Not on the contrary. It's just like, which good candidate are you going to grab out of this whole field out there? And again, it starts going over who's going to be the best for the job. It's not an easy job. And I think anyone who does get looked over shouldn't feel insulted by it or feel that they were picked on because of either their ethnicity or whether they're man or female. It's just the fact that this field is such a huge field, from Ken Jennings to Mayim, whatever her name is, Blossom.
Blossom, right?
Yeah, him, LeVar Burton, and just the whole slew of others on there. It's a hard field, and you cannot race bait your way, or gender bait your way, or any of that way into that job. It's too prestigious of a position for even them to try to play that game. Yeah.
But he tried and backfired, and I think a lot of his anger is based upon that. At least that's my theory.
You're right.
I
think you're right. You got a point there, I think. That was something I didn't even think about until you brought it up. It's like, I can see that. When you want something so bad, it kind of clouds your vision. And you start forgetting that there are other good qualified candidates there for this job, and it's just not easy.
Yeah.
What other crazy stuff do we got to talk about tonight? Huh?
Yeah,
Is Bruce still out there, or did he run away?
I'm not sure if Bruce and Bart. I hadn't seen him in a while in the chat.
Yeah, he might be lurking or he might be gone. So
Bruce, if you pop your head in and say something, I got something to show you. I have another segment I wanted to kind of do. I wanted to show one gaming book a week for Bruce to look at since he made such a positive review last time I popped one up. But if you're not here, Bruce, you're lost.
oh shit. Low spec Linux laptop. He says he's lurking. What's going on, brother? Great to see you here, man.
Hey.
Been checking out your Morrowind videos, man. You know, you're I like that, man. And yeah, I love Morrowind, man. So
Okay.
There he is.
There's Bruce Lombardo.
Yeah, remember that one? We were talking earlier today on your chat about the open game with the D20s there. This was one that came out when my daughter was born. In fact, I was reading this book through while I was waiting for my daughter to get born. I went through the whole book in a matter of about a day and a half.
oh shit. That's a lot of reading, brother.
Yeah, it was. It's like I had nothing better to do. Listen to my former wife bitch, and then it's like, well, it's either that or read the book. You know, like you can tell I was Mr. Warmth. No wonder why she's not married to me.
You went gangster real quick. That was like 0 to 10, like. Shit.
Oh, look at this book. I bet you this is my wife's wife.
Yeah.
No,
I'm not saying about she bitches enough to bitch about me.
I see.
And don't forget, Bruce, there was a lot of Larry Elmore in the design for that game in the storyline too. So the great Larry Elmore, as I like to say. So
yeah,
we're just talking about a little of the role playing game on his channel before I came over here. So a little crossover event here. The crossover event on YouTube for the night.
there you go. There you go.
So we have a request from Sentient.
Did you guys hear about that?
Yeah, actually,
What does Cynthia say here?
no, he says talk about Stan Lee's shilling NFTs. So basically, what it was, this happened earlier during the week, where someone was on Stan Lee's personal Twitter account trying to promote and sell NFTs for Marvel.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were like, what the fuck? And that wasn't, it's funny, excuse me, because that's not the first time. See, somebody has control of his account. We don't know who it is.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the first time that whoever this individual or these individuals are have used Stan Lee's personal Twitter account to promote some kind of message or some bullshit or that's the thing. It's like, Stan is gone, and it's like nobody should be fucking working his account, but somebody's behind the scenes foul than a motherfucker, sitting there using his account to promote NFTs for fucking Marvel. Like, if that's not the most like low down shit.
It's probably a Marvel exec. Let me actually share this on the screen. I found the story for it.
What wasn't there something though before he died? How he was kind of in one of those situations where, like, the same thing with Coach, or not Coach, but Chef, where he wasn't.
Oh, you mean
everything.
Yeah, he's talking like he's talking about
like Power of Attorney.
No. He's talking about Chef from
South Park. South Park.
Right. He's talking about the same kind of scenario where, right close to where he passed, there were people around him that were basically in control of, his messages, his accounts, and all kind of other shit.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
And they're wanting to look into that because they're figuring that he was a vulnerable adult, vulnerable elder person that was being used and abused by whoever it was. I remember reading about that, and people were concerned about Stan Lee before he passed.
Yeah. And so apparently, I'm reading it. There we go. Yeah, Stan Lee is an NFT, and now Marvel fans are freaking out. And I guess it's quote unquote in honor of his what would have been his 99th birthday. They're promoting likeness of both him and a character that I had never heard of. I was this many days old when I found out about Chakra, the Invincible, which is apparently a character he came out with in 2013. Was only a Hindi only TV show that I never even heard of.
Isn't he like Israeli or Jewish or something?
Indian.
Or
He's Indian. He's an Indian character. And again, he's an Indian character. I guess they did an Indian only TV show in early 2010s, which I didn't, I never even knew about. But yeah, they have NFT, and they have this little NFT thing, this image here, as well. And these NFTs are kind of gimmicks anyway, because like listen, I'm dealing with the Bitcoin thing and the crypto thing,
right.
and I'm a little wary on that. NFTs just make me even wary because I don't get where their value comes from, because a lot of art honestly sucks, and then it's worth like way too much, so I don't understand it. But hey, people are making money off of it, and I think Marvel wants to get in on the craze, and so 6,880 different pieces of art. That's how much. That's how many NFTs will be for sale. That's quite a bit. Usually they're a lot more exclusive. So I just think this is I mean, everyone knows what this is. This is a major cash in on Stan Lee's legacy. It's pretty jacked up. Wow. So I'm not sure where his family is on this. I'm not sure if they just went along, or if they if so many of the rights got signed away by the elder Lee that they really don't have any role in it. But this is
from what I remember, man, his daughter was trying to sue him and get money from him and all kind of shit. So basically, I don't know, man.
I heard that they're just talking about rights, and I'm wondering that lawsuit you were just talking about, because I was hearing it was more for rights than actual money, and I'm wondering if this is where is it that. I wonder if that's what they're talking about.
Man,
I wonder if that's what they're talking about.
Here's the weird thing. Okay, like what are the laws of someone's image? I get that if you're a public figure, there's certain things, as far as art or whatever, but like you would think that him being passed, that Marvel couldn't really make money off his image without his family, because he was never a character. I mean, he's obviously in the movies as a cameo, but like he was unless I'm sure maybe he's been in some comics, but he's not a character, he's a real person.
But if you remember, before he died, there was a guy that was his fucking caretaker or some shit, and this dude would be with Stan whenever he would go to like Comic-Cons, and even though Stan physically couldn't or didn't want to do signings and all this shit, this guy would force Stan to do all this shit. And I heard that Stan signed over, or maybe the guy forced Stan, or he forged autographs or whatever, to signed over a lot of shit to this dude. I heard the dude got locked up before Stan died because people knew that there was some kind of abuse going on. But then at the same time, his daughter was trying to sue, Stan Lee's daughter was trying to sue Stan Lee because she wasn't getting enough money, or she wasn't a part of the inheritance, or some real weird shit. So basically, his family was turning on him. There was a dude that was his caretaker that was taking advantage of him. And the only person that I thought at the time was being honest and real about it, and people don't want to hear this name, was Kevin Smith. And Kevin Smith came out and said, "Hey, man, I hear about all this shit that Stan Lee's going through. If need be, I have Stan Lee come stay with me. I'll take care of him, and I don't want nothing from him. I just want to see the dude live out his life the way he's supposed to, without all the bullshit." And that's the one thing I do commend Kevin Smith stepping up and saying, but that didn't come to pass. A few months to a year later, Stan Lee passed away. The dude that was taking care of Stan Lee, he got locked up because they come to do an investigation on him, found out that he was doing all kind of fuck shit on Stan Lee, and then come to find out Stan Lee's daughter was trying to sue Stan Lee because either she wasn't getting any money or she wasn't getting enough money. It was some real foul shit. So basically, Stan Lee was getting it from all different directions, from his family, from a caretaker, and and it was just it was really fucked up, man.
Damn it, that sucks.
Well,
you can go ahead.
No, but I was saying, but there was another one that's just recently after he died that the family were going after Marvel with a lawsuit, but that wasn't necessarily for money. It was just more for, I think, I'm just wondering if this has to do with what we're talking about here, about using his imaging without permission. Because I know he was drawn in the comics, not necessarily in the comics themselves, but he'd have his whole thing with Excelsior in the comics and such, like in the letters pages or on the back page at the end of the story, or even on the splash page. Sometimes he'd be on there introducing the stories as his character because he's so identifiable with Marvel. But that doesn't mean Marvel owns him.
Yeah. Oh, geez, Cynthia, that's way too much. That's way too much. Not that it's disgusting. Your joke is disgusting, Cynthia Dildo. But this is sad, man. I'm thinking like, damn it. Every fucking great comic book creator had a just kind of a miserable end. And that really is unfortunate. You would think, at least with Stan Lee, even he had he had a much bigger share of the rights than most or any other major comic book creator, than Kirby, than Bill Finger, Kane, or you guys mentioned Superman, Siegel or Schuster. At least when they died, he had more rights to his characters than any of them, and including the fact that a lot of those characters were created with Kirby. But still, even he had to, have a pretty fucked up ending where everyone's just trying to get money out of him. And even after he's dead, everyone's trying to get money. And one of the things that wasn't discussed that Central Dildo brought up, and Pat S even brings it up with Elvis, is it is similar to, this dead artist, here's their demo album that they never wanted you to release. Or you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. In honor, it's just like
they did that to Tupac, man.
Yeah, Jesus, did they do that to Tupac?
Yeah,
he's
man.
Because more music since he died than he did when he was alive, and he made.
And you know what? I have a lot of that underground shit, and I plan to shoot you some of that, Vigilante. But yeah. This.
I remember,
and even Prince, they were trying to do that with Prince, especially right after he died. I mean, they released his version of the one that Sinead O'Connor did, and as much as I can't stand, as much as I can't stand her personally, she did a great job in the song. Her version is a lot better than Prince's version they had. But they, all of a sudden, it's like, oh, we have like 40 albums worth of Prince stuff we can bring out now.
And that pisses me off of Prince, because I'm a huge Prince fan, and it's funny because Kevin Smith he's talked about the Vault. And in a little bit disparaging way, but Prince had like tons of albums, tons of videos, tons of stuff he never wanted to see the light. Like he did it, and he was like, it's according to his standard, it's not good enough. He kept it in the vault, but it wasn't to be released. Lots of people wanted this stuff out there, of course, just as fans, but it's like it sucks not seeing his wishes respected. You know what I mean? As much as I love listening to Prince's music, or love whether it's Tupac or whoever it is, whatever artist it is, it's like, respect their wishes and respect their legacy. It's not necessary that you make a ton of money off of them. You know what I mean? You can be respectful towards their legacy, and they're not being respectful towards Stan, just like all those other artists.
And Cynthia, you're right. He owned most of the masters, but the thing is now they're in his family's care.
Yeah.
And I live literally about 5 miles from Paisley Park. I'm not kidding you.
Oh,
and when my daughter went. I had 2 opportunities to go when I was in my former life, and wasn't able to get in there, unfortunately, because I was busy. I wish I did. I kick myself to this day. And and trust me, it was a freaking circus when he died. This is Minnesota's Graceland. This is Minnesota's Graceland, and so with that down there, and all the craziness that we have centered around Prince, this family and all the hijinks the family was trying to do because he didn't leave a will. He did not leave a will. So, needless to say, you can imagine what's going on inside the family for trying to figure out who gets the cash or how the cash gets split amongst everybody that's in the family itself. But now they want to make sure they have their pound of flesh. You can get your tours there. It costs a lot to get through there, and if you get in there, you got the gift shop. You can eat there for top money and buy the albums. And I'm surprised they haven't come out with the huge album of the year, the Prince Memorial. And they even have memorial concerts here, I think almost 1 year before the coup hit. So, there's a lot of money. There's a lot of money in this. And the people who are the survivors, if you want to even call them that, the family members, see that money and they want to live off the corpse. It's the old joke. It's like the old joke about what lives off of dead Beatles, Ethiopians and Yoko Ono.
Wow. It's funny that, damn.
What do you do with that, right?
Yeah, right. Shit.
I put the bigot back on my name.
Nah, but it's what the fuck is it?
That's me playing guitar terribly.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say like it's
Sorry, that was
it's one of those things that it's sad to say that a lot of these estates make more money after the star is dead than the estates were making when the stars are alive. After the fact. I don't know. It's horrible, man.
Well, is that the way it always is? Artists are usually remembered after they die, or they're thought of more highly after they die. I mean, look at all the masters of arts that died in poverty virtually. Vincent van Gogh or Toulouse-Lautrec, or all these people who struggled to get where they were going in art, and they die, and all of a sudden they're discovered, and boom, they're bringing in $20 million and being locked away in private museums where the average people can't get it because, well, obviously they had a lot of the money. Elvis, he was coming back, rebounding, and now he's more popular today than I think he was even when he was alive.
Right.
Prince, I'm sure, is going to even resurge, boom, even more on that. It always is the case. We don't appreciate who we have while we have them.
Right.
I think we don't want to even think about the mortality of our heroes, the people that we admire. And then when it does hit, that's when we start going through that feeding frenzy.
What's up, Luke? Holla if you hear me. What's up, boy?
Who?
We hear you. Luke. No, it's all good. It's
I know, I was just teasing.
Pat says go purify yourself in Lake Minnetonka.
Except that wasn't Lake Minnetonka.
Shout out to Prince for that scene. Like, I know that's toxically male, but like Apollonia in her prime was fucking gorgeous. And he got her naked on screen for all of us. Never say Prince did nothing for you. Prince got fucking prime Apollonia butt ass naked to purify herself, and not the
she was hot as fuck in the Last Dragon, man, with Bruce Leroy.
She sure was.
No, that was Vanity.
Vanity. That's
Vanity.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Prince, all the girls he was around.
Apollonia and Vanity. I mean, he had Sheila Easton and Sheila E. But look, I'm Vanity. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. Shit. I don't know, man. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, when Prince passed, he had a wife. He was married.
No, he was divorced. He was
Oh,
married.
he had divorce. Okay, I didn't know that because I know that they tried to have a baby and I
Mhm.
think the wife miscarried or something.
Yeah.
He was very he was real
The child
disappointed.
the child died after birth. It was a very rare genetic, I think, syndrome that the child had.
Yeah.
And I don't think the kid lasted even 2 weeks. And, I mean, that might have been longer than what the kid lasted, unfortunately, because that was a lot of big news here in the cities, obviously.
Yeah.
And I know he was married for a while, and then somewhere along the way, they sat back and said, "Yeah, he divorced and such."
Yeah, that I think that was his only wife that he married. I think after that,
Right.
I think a lot of it had to do with that miscarriage and the trauma from it. Which, prayers
Mhm.
for everyone, the wife and everyone else. And you know who else did that Cosmic Fusion? Said Eminem was smart as money. He used to buy the libraries of other artists. You know who else was good at that? Michael Jackson, and he
Yeah.
happened to have a specific artist master, maybe the most profitable one outside of his own, in the Beatles. And
Yeah.
when he wanted to renegotiate it with something weird happened in the late 2000s. Funny how that works. I don't want to get we don't want to get this channel in any trouble. I get my channel in with my conspiracy theories, but
Oh yeah. Well, that's interesting. There, don't you know? You betcha I'm on that one there. Sorry, I was doing that for Bruce.
yeah, see,
But yeah, where were we going?
okay, I'll bring it back.
Sentient and some shit. Look at him.
You know what, Sentient Dildo? You're a bigot. You're a complete bigot. Prince was not why. He played guitar a lot better than me. Yeah.
Prince was one of the best guitar players out there. I think I can't remember who listed him on the top 10 guitar players out there. And all you have to do is listen to the tribute concert, I think, to George Harrison when they did My
Yes.
Guitar Gently Weeps.
That was great.
And how he goes out there and just makes that guitar wail on there. And the man was masterful. I mean, for being a 5'2" pipsqueak, and that's about how tall he was. He was 5'2". And the thing that caused him his big downfall was he's always wearing those platform shoes, and it destroyed his hips. And he was Jehovah Witness, and he can't have operation because of blood transfusion. So he's always holding off having the hip replacements. And then it's the drugs that finally got him because it's just the painkillers was doing it in. But going back to Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney, that's what caused the rift between those two because Paul McCartney felt like he got used by Michael Jackson with their collaborations so that Michael could get those music rights for the Beatles.
Yeah.
And that's why that collapsed on those two.
I do know that, but my question was always like, how did Mike get them instead? Like, how come Paul McCartney and whoever? And sorry, I'm trying to get this high thing off. Actually, I could probably bring this out. But like, how come they hadn't secured those rights previously? I think they were 65 million in 80s dollars. They're obviously worth billions now. But it's like, how come he didn't already get the rights? How come he put himself in that situation? Like, I'm not saying it was necessarily right for what Mike did, but it's like you should have had those rights before Mike even got.
Yeah, he should have been more business minded to take care of his business than let it fall into Mike's hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think there were some foolish notions that was done. I think Paul McCartney probably was lulled in the sense of camaraderie with Michael Jackson, and that's why he felt he was used.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's a lot of strange stuff, and I'm going to throw a bomb into the chat here because they're talking about the great guitarists there, don't you know? And you betcha. And I'm going to throw it in there that one of the top 10 best guitarists out there. You go out there, you start talking to those people out there that know guitar in the industry, and it was the late Roy Clark. If you ever listen to Roy Clark and see some of the shenanigans that he plays with guitars, and everybody knows him from Hee Haw and doing country, that man could literally play anything with a string on it. And that includes a piano, because technically a piano is a stringed instrument. And he was one of the people from rock and roll would come to him and learn tricks from him how to play guitar. And because he's not a rock and roller, in any sense of the imagination. He is always overlooked on that. But a lot of these people in the industry will sit back and say, yeah, he's one of the best, or was one of the best. Now he's passed on.
Huh. Shout out to Roy Clark. Shout out to all great artists that came before, and regardless of genre. I'm not a big country guy, but
Pat S says, I have zero problems with a family or charity getting revenue from from the work of family or friends. My college library gets $1 million each year from a dead guy. That's what he wanted.
I think that's the key, though. That's what he wanted. If somebody, puts it in their will, then yeah, that's their wishes. I think their wishes should be honored. In the cases of a lot of the art, creators we've talked about, whether it's Isaac Hayes or Prince or Stan Lee, or I'm not sure what the Presley family's like with Elvis, but they're making tons of money. It's like, is this what they wanted, or is this just what you're profiting off of? But again, I'm not a lawyer. I don't want to get, I don't know how these disputes. And apparently, Pat says Apple Records sold him to MJ because he asked. Paul never thought of it before because as a writer, he always got royalties. Wow, man.
There we go.
That makes sense. Him and yeah.
And with Prince, it's hard to tell because again, he never left the will. So yeah. I know that because where Paisley Park is in a town called Chanhassen, and he made sure it was never known, and we only found out about this until after he was dead. Prince gave I don't know how many millions to the Chanhassen public schools, especially for their music, and nobody knew about it. It was all part of the agreement. You don't tell anybody I'm doing this. And then when he passed, and it was knowing, hey, he did do all this for us. So, I mean, I hope Chanhassen's still getting some of that money, but you never know. Again, it's the family that wasn't in the will, so there's no dictates on how things are done.
Right.
And I mean, goodness, man. And Prince has a lot of songs that are gonna be replayed and gonna generate a huge amount of money, and then in the Spotify era are gonna be replayed on that and generate a huge amount of money. Spotify and all these other digital platforms. There's still so much money in his music. I'm contributed to it because I listen to a lot of his music still to this day on a lot of these different platforms. So yeah, that's unfortunate. More news. Michael Jackson and Eminem had a problem back in the day. Dig out the details. In an earlier message, he said, looks like Michael bought part of a record label to get some of his catalog, which is pretty addictive. Heard Mike was not the one to mess with.
No.
Back in the day. It's pretty business.
He was, yeah, very much so. And I was also told, I mean, I don't know if this is true or not, but how he always sounded in public. Hi, how's it going? My name's Michael. That was not his real voice.
I heard that too.
I heard the same shit.
Yeah, it's like when he went out in the public and all that, he was all persona. But once you got him behind closed doors and no one's around, it's like you had the real Michael Jackson voice out there.
Yeah, I heard he was kind of I heard he was kind of hood on the low.
Yeah.
He's a dude from Gary, Indiana, outside Chicago. So you think of him as like this innocent guy, but I heard he was a little bit more. He had more edge than you really think to him.
Yeah. There's a lot of ABC and 1, 2, 3s that he really knew about. I tell you.
He was.
Yeah, it was. They said the same shit about Prince too.
Yeah, even though Prince was a little bit more open. Funny story. Prince almost tried to murder Michael Jackson at a James Brown, birthday party. Prince. Tried to hit Michael Jackson with a car.
It's funny you say that.
I think it was Latoya or Janet with him.
If I'm not mistaken, I heard that. Was it James Brown? There was this one time that they actually got on stage and performed together once, and it was during somebody's birthday. It might have been somebody's birthday party where they both got on the stage at the same time. They weren't next to each other. They were like whoever was throwing the party was in the middle. Jackson was on one side, Prince on the other, and that's the only time. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I heard reports that it was recorded. I've heard reports that somebody took a picture, but you could see all three of them on the stage at once. Whoever the party they were at, with Mike on one side and Prince on the other, but they've always had a beef or some shit. But
It was always. It was on YouTube at one time. I don't know if it still is, but it was on YouTube.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think
so
it
you
is
saw
on
that.
YouTube. 1983, Prince, Michael Jackson, and James Brown. I think this is the same incident.
Yeah, I guess
Apparently, yeah, if I remember correctly, this is the same incident. What happens is, listen, everybody has their advantages. I'm a big fan of Mike and Prince. Prince a great musician. Mike's a better dancer. It just is what it is. I love them both, but that's just the case. And I guess, you know, Prince didn't like being upstaged. So, like, the rumor goes, they're in the parking lot. Prince is just fucking, I think LaToya is with Michael. Prince just fucking tries to kill him. They don't get out the way. I mean, we have the craziest incident in rock and roll and pop music history. If they don't get out the way. I mean, you hear about crazy ass stories throughout the history of music, but if that story is true, if that rumor is true about
I think that one is right, and that's the reason why also Prince was never involved in "We Are the World" garbage that they did, because Michael Jackson was involved, and of course Michael Jackson was, you know, along with I can't remember what basically was writing it and helping write the whole thing and getting all the
right with Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones, thank you.
Right.
That's who it was. And Prince sat back and said, "No, I'm not going to get involved with that."
Yeah,
because Prince was so heavily involved with Quincy
You
Jones.
know, it's funny because what I hear is that the beef comes from people trying to compare them to. It wasn't like something that was personal. It was out of, you know, both of y'all are damn near similar in a way, and y'all, you know, and they were both very different. But what it was competition that was stirred up not by them but by the media and the public, and it kind of grew into being something personal, where people they think about if anybody was to compare Michael Jackson with somebody, who would it be? Prince.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard it was something that it wasn't like Prince was like, "Oh, I'm better than him," or Mike was like, "I'm better than him." It's the public and the media, because the fact of they were so similar with how they sounded, you know, with that kind of voice, and them having like both had the curls, the Jerry curl, and then it was both, you know, I don't know, man. It was similarities that I was able to understand, but really they were both two totally different people. You know, now that, you know, of course we're grown and we could sit back and look at both of them. They're both gone. You know, they didn't really have any kind of similarities, but back then it was kind of like, you know, it was one of those things that you didn't know if they were gay or straight, or, you know, it was a bunch of other. It was so much shit, and that was similar, but it was outside of how well they can sing and dance that people used to sit there and try to say, hey, the only thing similar to Mike is Prince. The only thing similar to Prince is Mike. And you know, from what I gathered, they both took that shit personal, man, and had a grudge with each other.
You had two giants in the sandbox, so it's like this sandbox isn't big enough for the two of us. You had Michael, who was playing off the Motown sound, and now you have Prince coming in. He has an entire sound that he created with the Minneapolis.
Yeah.
That Minneapolis funk.
Still, you know, with the synthesizers, drum machines, and live instruments all mixed together.
Right.
A lot of people kind of use that even to this day.
Right. You know, and, you know, around that you had Morris Day and the Time and all the others that came about it, all the stuff that he was writing for all these other artists. And it's like, oh, Prince wrote that one too?
Prince wrote
and you start finding out how versed he was in his writing. So I can see where you had the two giants.
What you do though? You bigot.
Shit.
Obviously, black and giant. Come on. But
well, yeah, in Living Color answered that question if I remember right. Because at the end, when they had that, he beats up the car, the cops arrest him and goes, "Well, I guess I'm black."
Yeah.
As they drag him off.
I'm black or white. Shout out to Tommy Davidson. That was dope. Man, you know, another kind of thought now that we're on Prince and Michael Jackson. Bad almost had Prince on it. Apparently there is I wonder, I'm surprised that version had never saw the light of day, at least that I know of. But Prince did a verse to the song, Michael Jackson song Bad. And
What?
after he did it, he said, "You know what? There's no point in me being on the song. The song's gonna be a hit with or without me, so just take me off." And so it never came to be.
Wow, I never heard of that.
Yeah.
Hey, take it easy, Bruce Lombardo. Be safe,
All right,
brother.
Bruce.
Hey, take it,
Yeah.
Bruce. You know, I'm this many minutes old finding out about this.
Oh man, yeah.
I never knew that. Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, even the other day I was talking to.
Fuck, man. Holy shit. Sentient. Prince would rush him like a possessed badger, Rob. Oh shit. I ain't gonna lie. Sentient and Cosmic's been fucking. They've been going back and forth. They're both funny as shit, man.
Those two should start a stream together. My God.
Yeah. I want such a dildo to string. I really want to. I mean, I'm sure he got a thick Croatian Balkan accent. That would make it.
I wouldn't even give a fuck, man.
That would be funny. I love it.
Yeah, I wouldn't care what he sounded like, man. Just as long as he showed up and said something, man, it'd be awesome. But you know what, Sentient, man, you got, hey, man, I love you to death, man. You got a lot of, you know, you're a funny dude, but that lets you know, it lets us know how smart you are, man. So,
oh
yeah, fuck, man,
him and Fusion both. They're little snide comments. You can tell there's a lot of intelligence behind that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. And then you throw in Bruce Lombardo, shit, all hell will break loose, man.
And I just want to welcome Luke the Cook from WASD-FM Radio. He's here in the chat live right now at this station.
Better late than never. You still right about that, Luke, man. Thank you for being here, man. We got 2 Lukes in the house. Shit, that's what's up, man. You can't do no better than that, man.
Luke, I am.
That's seldom as fuck to have 2 Lukes in any chat, bro.
Skywalker.
Yeah, Luke, I am not your father. To go off the Michael Jackson thing, Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl that says that I am the one. The kid's not my son. Come on.
Hey, let me ask you this: Did you ever? How much did you enjoy that movie, The Legend of Billie Jean?
The Legend of Billie Jean.
Come on, man. You chat. You guys don't remember the '80s movie, The Legend of Billie Jean? Look it up.
I never heard of this.
There's something firing in the back of my brain, but I just can't put.
That's why you got Google, man. That's
Googling
got you.
Now, and I'm looking.
I got you. You're my Google.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying that way you can pull it up, look at it for yourself. The Legend of Billie Jean.
Fine.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, you got computers and everything in front of you. You know, you guys can remember, what that is.
Yeah, I never heard of this.
Ooh,
Come on, there you go. You got it.
Hello. Christian Slater, Helen Slater. Wow. Bill
Come on, man. Come on, Pat S. You remember the Pat S. says he's back. What's up, man? Hey, you remember The Legend of Billie Jean? It's funny that you said that. That movie just popped in my head. Everybody saying what's up to Luke. That's what's up.
Hey, what's up?
Helen Slater was quite the looker back in the day, I tell you what. She could be my Supergirl any day.
Oh, just Joe 47. What's good, brother? Great to have you here. Glincher says Helen Slater, the Pat Benatar song Invincible. Yeah, there you go. Oh, you telling me you don't remember Pat Benatar? Come on now.
I remember Pat Benatar.
I know who she is.
Whoa, okay, all right.
I know who Pat is.
I know. It takes to, you got
the little thing.
Yeah, you got
my big problem is I keep on mixing her up sometimes with Joan Jett, but it's like Pat Benatar, Joan Jett. No, Pat Benatar straight, Joan Jett's the lesbian. Okay, now I got to remember who's who.
And then Pat S says it was better than Turk 182. You remember Turk 182? I remember that shit. Oh man, you guys, hey Bell.
I know. I remember it. I remember he.
Nah, that's why you see. That's why you start Googling. Yeah, there you go. And that way, the reason why I say Google is that way you guys can pull it up and you can just see it for yourself and say, okay, I see what my boy is telling me. So there you go. Just check it out, man. The Legend of Billie Jean.
Yeah,
Pat
I remember
Benatar.
about it, I just couldn't remember it. That's all. I know who Pat Benatar is. I loved how she did that music video. She doesn't. She's not built, but she's going like this through the video. We are strong. Wiggle the chest, and there's nothing to wiggle.
Oh shit! Vigilante,
I'm
you saw
sorry,
that?
Pat. I love you, Pat. I do.
Yeah, I saw that earlier in the chat when he said it.
Oh,
Yeah, he said it like a minute ago. I did see that.
holy shit!
Yeah, 1985. Both came out at the same time.
Yup.
But that kind of makes it hard sometime there, 24, because so many good films came out that time. It's like you start throwing these names, it's like, oh, geez, it's just that volume of just cinematic bliss.
Right.
Bliss. I mean,
Oh shit!
it's like okay, well, let's change gears here. Okay, it's that. Okay, that one. It's like, I just remember going from one theater to another theater sometimes. It's like, okay, we're done with that movie. We'll sneak across the aisle to that one and hope they don't catch us.
Look who shows up. What's up, Ruff? Says I'm feeling like doing a Love Is a Battlefield karaoke. Hide the damn mics. Yep. Love Is a Battlefield. There you go, girl.
Mm-hmm. I remember that when it came, and that was the joke, because of course we're a bunch of prepubescent teens at the time, or whatever when that video came out. So of course, what's the first one we went through? Boob jokes, or lack of boob jokes. We were bad kids. We were horrible kids. Horrible. I should be ashamed of myself. Nah, never. So let's see. We got.
Says 24/7 Fusion Media. Get those damn ice balls ready. I'll show will.
Okay, I don't know if I want to know more about this or not.
Nah, it's oh shit. Oh shit.
I mean,
Just look
part
a
of me
few
wants to know,
Vicodin.
and part of me is afraid to know about ice balls. Oh, Vicodin.
Oh shit. So you feeling good right now. That's why you pop back up. That's what's up, bro.
I can't take Vicodin. I can't. You know what it does? It shoots my heart. It's like I was a hummingbird taking Mountain Dew. I can't take Vicodin. That's why I have to do oxycodone when I have my pain fevers up.
Yeah, you know what you can send me for Christmas. It's all right.
Oh, her or me?
You?
Me? Okay.
Yeah. I'm just fucking with you, man. Oh shit.
Speaking of oxys and Vicodin, if you this is a soft plug for the future episode of the Patreon show.
What's up, man?
The next episode we're talking about drugs. So you hear
oh yeah, I heard
stories from me and Matt amongst other substances. So soft plug. I just figured I'd take it out. I'm actually sitting here because I'm trying to reinvent myself, right? So I'm trying to add shit to my gimmick. So I'm trying to learn Love Is a Battlefield in 5 seconds on the guitar to see if I can play it. So fuck it, I'm about to just do it. Let's just do it. It's probably gonna suck. I don't give a damn.
It's close.
I got the chord progression, sort of.
There we go. Hey.
And I can't sing along with it. But there you go.
Well, damn, that was. Oh shit! Oh
Not
shit!
bad. Not bad.
Go through the road thing. I
Damn.
got how much did you do that? Because we are young. I fuck up the lyrics. Fuck. Fucked it all up.
I expect you to have that all ready for next show.
Yeah, next show I'll do it.
Next show. Okay. Good.
There we go.
Was there anything else on our little list of fun that we wanted to talk about tonight?
Oh my god. Actually, man, I've been fucking these last like 30, 40 minutes, I've been fucking laughing my ass off, man.
I know.
Some good shit, man. Between Sentient and you guys, it's been fucking it's been oh
Don't
my
forget
god.
Cosmic. He's been throwing some good stuff out there too. Like I said, those two need to be a comedy duo somewheres.
Oh yeah.
Except for that accusation.
Boy, it's some funny shit. Well, tell you what, we've been going for 2 hours and 10 minutes. So shit, we can wrap it up in the next 5, man. And
Yeah, there we go.
yeah. But
I
I've been
think a
having a
good
great
place to end it.
yeah, I've been having a great time, man. I haven't laughed this much in a minute. I need that, man. I appreciate y'all. Been needing to laugh, man. It's you guys are crazy as fuck, man. So I've been having a good time. Just Joe said, "The Warrior, Love is a Battlefield" for Pat Benatar songs. Yeah, I said it. Put me on the record.
Well, the Warrior, that wasn't Pat Benatar. That was
The Warrior.
Wasn't that
yeah,
the Pretenders?
The Warrior. Dun,
Yeah.
dun, the
That was-
Warrior.
Okay, I get mixed
That-
up sometimes.
I think that was Pat Benatar.
That was okay.
Okay,
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of their one.
I am the warrior. Yeah, I remember that. Hey,
That-
I can't help it if I know old school shit.
I know.
Rough Girl says,
Google says it's Pat Benatar.
yeah, and Rough Girl says I took a few Vikes and 3 promethazine. Oh, and promethazine, and I feel
Look at that.
famous. Damn,
Yeah,
girl.
Methazine is she's on lean. She is
Yeah, she's on lean. Yeah, that's because
That's the
you
Houston
gotta understand. I hear Houston, boy,
water, isn't it?
motherfuckers used to drink the fuck out of that shit.
Yeah, Houston, that's fucking water, isn't it? That's like
Yeah,
the-
no, water. That's
drink.
that's embalming fluid, man.
oh yeah. Well, yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I mean,
water.
actual
Oh
water,
man,
wet, or whatever they
motherfuckers be
call it.
smoking that embalming fluid. Fuck.
They did that shit. in
Yeah,
Michigan.
man. It shit made motherfuckers feel like they was Superman. Motherfuckers jumping off of like 2 or 3 story windows and balconies and hitting the ground running. Like
Yeah.
shit, the shit I seen motherfuckers do with that on that. Motherfuckers end up like they got superhuman strength around this piece, man. Like yeah, I seen some wild shit. Like back in the 90s, boy. I mean, I remember like motherfuckers used to like roll a blunt and then fucking dip it. Whether they just dip it in lean, they used to dip it in and they used to call it water. They dip it in that fry is what they use what they call embalming fluid, man. And they would sit there and take joints and take blunts and dip it in that shit, man. And that's exactly what that was embalming fluid. But what they do is they would take that and cut it with a bunch of shit, and it'd get them motherfuckers high as a fucking kite, man. Wow. So Rough Girl, you got to be careful, man. You got to be careful, girlfriend. I can't think about it. We're all grown, but it's a lot on you. So,
that embalming fluid is nothing to mess with. I knew people mess with that shit. That was
in fact, what they called it in LA, they called it Sherm.
Yeah, they call it Sherm.
Yeah, that's what motherfuckers in California and LA and all that used to call it Sherm. So and then out in Houston they called it water or fry. So that was like different terms they have for that shit, man. So I ain't talked about that shit in fucking fuck, man.
No, I'm
Listen,
not gonna hit Rough Girl up. I'm not trying to catch any felonies. Even though we are in the same states, I don't know how much it is. Apparently, since you did, they had that shit out there. So we had Albanian weed dipped in the embalming fluid back in the day. Hated that shit. Yeah, don't fuck. Listen, drugs are fine, but you're not supposed to. Drugs are bad. Okay, don't do drugs.
Okay.
Wow, we just turned this shit into a who turned into a vixen, Low Spec. Low Spec just lost me. He's like, vixen. You're wild at Rough Girls review. Vigilante, I'm I'm a physician's desk reference. Hit me up.
Yeah, nah.
Oh,
Oh,
If I was getting into trafficking, like I'm Central Dildo, maybe, but I'm not.
she said she had a 5-day migraine, had to break it up.
ooh.
Ooh, that sounds rough.
Cosmic Fusion said, I can't remember what wasn't that what folks were calling Doja or some bullshit back in the day. Dip the hash in some formaldehyde and burn it in a glass jar in the case room. Yeah, they were hot boxing that shit. Yeah, it was I seen all kind of shit. Yeah, motherfuckers would like get in the car, roll up the window, smoke, light that shit up. Everybody was fucking. They did that. Oh, look, I don't even know why we're talking about this shit. But
Yeah, you people.
I don't know.
This. We just
only to break up a 5-day migraine. I feel you, girlfriend. Just want you to be all right. That's all. Like I said, I'm not nobody to say nothing. Shit.
We got here.
Yeah, Vigilante's gonna have his drug talk here, pretty soon. So on his Patreon. Yeah.
But yeah, we got here because one of your prescription drugs, promethazine, is lean. It's a known street drug just as much as anything. So yeah.
I'm the wrong one to talk about all this stuff because I'm about as square as you can imagine.
That's the way you want to be. Drug free, kids. You want to be drug free because drugs are bad, MK. The more you know. G.I. Joe.
He-Man.
Rough girls. Now go ahead, brother.
Well, I said I keep mine legal. Alcohol, tobacco, and
that's what Rough Girl was saying. She was like, where do we get in illegal drugs? She said, I'm taking prescribed medicine for my migraine. I feel you. It's not that. It's just folks taking certain things and doing illegal shit with it. So that's how that goes, man. But ain't nobody saying nothing. Never heard of that before. Oh yeah. Shit you learn out here in Houston, right?
What do you mean the shit you learn on YouTube?
Oh well, shit. Back then, YouTube wasn't even existent, man. So,
yeah, I know.
Need to get back to music and put the needle on the record. Yeah, it's funny that you say that. I actually one day I need to do a stream where I'm showing off. I got like fucking hundreds, like albums, 45s, singles. But yeah, I got like a shitload, like 45s and albums. It'd be good to do a stream, kind of show off some of the shit. Matter of fact, I got some albums in the closet that I've sat there and I bought like musicals and dude, there's a bunch of shit out there. So 21st Century Fusion make me feel all dirty without watching porn. Nah, I wouldn't do that to you, Ruff. Come on, man. We better than that. I wouldn't. Nah, dirty. Sentient Dildo said dirty Sprite. Nah, we're good. We're not doing none of those things. We're not making anybody feel dirty or no shit like that. I'm just saying, I come from the same, I'm from the streets. So of course, when you start talking formaldehyde, promethazine, and you start talking all this other shit, of course I know what all that is, man. So I was just talking from experience, just knowing what's what. But I wasn't trying to, like I say, I wasn't trying to talk shit or make anybody feel no kind of way. Cause I know I've been there before. I know what time it is. So, who am I to sit there and be talking shit and making people feel a certain kind of way when I was at it. I was that individual at one point. So just being honest.
At my age, I just push prune juice.
Porn's okay though. Okay, Rough. Appreciate that. No lean here, Rob. We just mix methadone with juice. Oh wow. Sentient. Go hard in the paint. Ruff says, Ruff gets dirty. Catch me on the Vivid. Oh. She said, just kidding.
Damn.
She
Don't do
said,
that.
and then she says, "I'm fucking with y'all." It's funny. I seen Ruff say that before on Twitter, and she was like, oh, I'm just joking. You if you look at that motherfucker, you won't find me. So yeah,
Are you joking, or is there a class?
no, because I seen her joking like that a couple weeks ago on Twitter, and then she just she just said the same shit here. Yeah, she's just playing.
Cosmic Fusion. I know you've done your research. Do some research. We want to see if the Rough Girl video exists.
And then Cosmic Fusion said, then drop a Xanax in a Fanta, like a strawberry Fanta.
Now, Rough
Let's see what
Girl.
happens.
Now, Rough Girl, correct me if I'm wrong. You were airborne. You jumped out of perfectly good airplanes, right?
Right.
When you were in service. So you must have heard this joke. And correct me if I'm wrong if you haven't heard this joke before. I'd be surprised if you didn't. Why do women parachutists wear jock straps?
Whoa.
So they don't whistle on the way down. But bump.
I don't know. Rough Girl. This stream has gotten off the rails. I didn't help things.
Hey,
I haven't helped things. I don't even know where we go. We were talking
I
about
don't know.
drugs,
yo,
girls whistling.
I tell you what, this has been a fun stream. It's been funny as fuck. We talked about all kind of wild shit, but you know what? It's life experiences, shit that we've seen, shit that we've heard, shit that we've experienced. So I mean, we can just chalk it up to experience, man. But ain't nobody trying to make nobody feel all fucked up about nothing. We just and then Zach said, "LOL, grown."
And
Oh,
I wasn't surprised if Rough Girl didn't hear that one.
And actually, she said, "Yeah, I heard that before." Man, Cosmic Fusion said, "Fair point, dildo. All I do is smoke these days." I got you, man. So I tell you what, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this shit up. But actually, it was a great conversation, even towards the end with all this drug talk. It was funny and people just talking about shit that they heard and seen. So ain't nothing wrong with all that. It's just that's what experiences are for. Every conversation is not going to be a clean one, and it's not going to be politically correct. But we're all toxic in this motherfucker. So what do you expect? It is what it is, and I don't.
Bars.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I don't.
Rapped accidentally.
Huh?
You just rapped accidentally. That's why I said bars.
Oh shit! I didn't even know, but.
Yeah, you said something about politically correct and what do you expect? I'm like, bars.
Oh,
musical
I appreciate
episode.
that.
About
Yeah.
Print had me fucking up guitar. You're rapping accidentally. This has been a very musical episode. Drug reference.
And the white guy not able to dance.
Hey,
Oh no,
hey,
you're good, man.
close to Paisley Park, so that makes up for it.
Oh
This is
shit,
much
Catman.
better than crying
Catman
about
DD Mars says 24 panel chat. Great stream tonight. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, Catman DD Mars, man. Great to see you back, man. Shit, love you and the family, man. Hopefully everybody's doing well. And yeah, man, just thank y'all for supporting us, looking out for us, and being here with us. And Sentient Dildo says, I'm totally politically correct. I feel you, man.
Sure you are.
See, there you go, man. He's saying some wild shit, but he's funny as fuck, man. And Cosmic Fuse says not very often. Low spec Linux laptop said, why stop now when the train is going off the rails real good? Nah, well, man, we're about to 2 hours and almost 2.5 hours, and I know I need to get up and stretch, man, because I don't do good sitting down for long periods of time, man. So, but yeah, shit. Hell, if we had more time and this was the beginning of the conversation, then I wouldn't even mind. But it's all good. I'm just glad that we was just sitting here able to talk, fuck around a little bit, and have a good time, man. So that's all I give a shit about. And Cosmic Fiend said, all right, great stream, folks. Catch everyone later. Appreciate that. Rough Girl says, I'm black and can't dance for shit. Well, I understand. I can't dance.
That's
for the
something we
fuck
have in
either.
common there.
The only thing I can do is the cucaracha, for old Puerto Rican guy. So So it's all good. Zach says Baron would be the most toxic, I guess. Yeah, he's been very toxic tonight. So, and Eric and Sandy Anderson, let's see the Wild do dance. Wow. Oh shit.
There.
All right.
The
That's
mashed
what's up.
potato. No.
Yeah. That says the trick with bootleg, don't get greedy. Only a few tapes a week, about $100 to $150 a week. I feel you. All right.
So who's doing what this week?
Well, you can start it off, man. What you got going on, brother?
Well, I am happy and proud to announce that on Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, I have the patron saint, the living patron saint of YouTubers himself, Mexican Iron Man. He and I will be shooting the poop on the on Baron After Dark. I'm
Right.
looking forward to it. We're going to be.
I just said dope. I love Mexican Iron Man.
I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, he and I talked the other day. They actually yesterday got everything finalized there. So looking forward to it. We kind of have a little game plan of what we're going to be talking about. Of course, I have a video dropping tomorrow, and then of course, I want to wish everybody out there Happy Christmas if I don't see you on my channel. I better see you guys on my channel in my chat.
There you go.
But if I don't, I want everybody have a blessed Christmas.
There you go.
It's hard to believe it's already here, so I'm all happy. I'm all excited. I think things are going our way. I honestly think things are going to go our way next year. I'm talking about all of us, all of you in the chat, and
Right.
I think fandom in general. I think the war against the woke. I think we're going to see things change next year, and I think we're going to see them for the better. Doesn't mean that doesn't mean we're going to lose battles, but I think overall in this war, I think we are winning. I think next year we are really going to see it. Mexican and Iron Man and I are actually going to talk a little bit about that on Wednesday. So why we think that direction is happening. So
What time is that?
it'll be 9:00 Central Standard Time at night
On Wednesday.
for
On
Baron
Wednesday.
After Dark.
Right.
So
All right.
please join me, and if anything, join for Mexican Iron Man. No one ever gets a chance to watch him anymore out there. You hardly see him anywhere.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
he's a
right.
busy man, you know.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
he's
everywhere.
busy man,
Yeah,
so-
because he's
Yeah,
right
I'm just
now
joking.
doing cock in front of like 1,200 people. But
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
just that.
I mean, he's everywhere. So I was just
It
joking.
hasn't
So I
started yet, I don't think.
think
Oh, it is.
I am honored that he's on. So I'm honored that
Right.
he's decided to spend the evening with me.
What about you, Vigilante?
Well, like I said, I started the new channel. So what
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking of doing is I'm probably tonight, if you have insomnia, I will probably do. I'm thinking about doing just a video game stream.
Around what time, bro?
So probably time is it now? I got something to do for the next couple hours, and then after that, it's probably after midnight, East Coast time. I'll probably be streaming. I'm actually gonna start streaming Super Mario 64, just to do something. So I'll be doing that on my backup channel because I need to put content up there, and I'll probably be following Fat Stevens' advice starting tomorrow. Is uploading a classic vigilante video on the channel.
There you go. Go
Try
for
to
it.
get some content going. Because listen, man, I can't give up the fight. I'm still using the other channel. Please sell to that channel. We'll still do Culture Crime Fighters. I'll still do content on both channels as I kind of transition. It's going to take a while to kind of train people to get to work with the other channel. But I figured there's clearly something going on with the algorithm and me. I tried with the help of Cosmic Fusion, releasing a ton of videos every week, and that didn't help push anything. And on top of that, I've hit a milestone, which I'm happy to hit, and I've talked about it on my show, where I've hit 5,000 watch hours. But in between 4,000 and 5,000 watch hours, I've actually lost subs. So there's something going on with my channel. So I'm like, I'm going to experiment. I wanted to do a different channel. So we started with the backup channel. I don't really know where it's going to go, and I'm going to try to use both. But please, if you haven't, and actually I should toss it back in the chat, just in case you haven't. If you can sub to the backup channel. Oh, and Pat S even had the Patreon.
Yeah. He threw it up there.
Thank you, Pat S. And yes, the Patreon, as I mentioned earlier, we're talking about drugs. The first episode As embarrassing as it is, yes, it's an intersectional Patreon, Zach. So please, we have 4 subs, and I mentioned if I ever get to if we get to 1,000 patrons, I will do a face review or a face reveal.
Oh,
No roofies in the eggnog, Central Dildo. I'm not sure about the laws of Croatia, but that'll get you a lot of time here. So no roofies in the eggnog. No roofie coladas.
No Bill Cosby action. Huh?
Yeah.
And speaking of which, F you out there, Cynthia Deldo. It's not George Michael. I listen to Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You 24 hours a day. Once I'm off, that goes on there. From Thanksgiving on to Christmas, it's Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas for You. 24-hour nonstop. So it's not George Michael.
I like the Wham.
oh yeah, the Wham. Yeah, that's actually a classic, man.
Mhm.
I can't hate on that.
No, I'm just joking there, but last Christmas.
Yeah, that's some good shit. Rough Girl says she feels like singing, so might go live. All right, if you do, I'll be watching.
Yeah.
So
Please.
And
there you go.
everybody didn't see my. You can't just like unless you have some crazy memory. You saw my face for a half a second on one stream months ago. Maybe the Central Dildos of the world and maybe Cosmic Fusions. A few people will have that image burned in their head. But like outside of those few people who saw that one mix up the one time, there's no face. No one's seen my face, so I will do that. Yes, please get 24/7 Fusion Media to 700. Get them to 1,000. There's no reason this channel should be under anything under 10,000 with the content you do. You can really get content.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. Yeah, I'm trying to get there. So
Get me a
if y'all can help
45.
Yeah,
yeah,
let's
you-
get 'em to 25.
shit, let's get them to
100.
50. Yeah, for real. Yeah, man. I mean, shit, we can get you and Vigilante to 100. That'd be awesome. You know, Vigilante's new channel, so that'd be some good shit. But
Rough Girl, you don't remember what I look like. Stop it. Nobody remembers. This is not the droid you're looking for.
Oh,
Vigilante
shit.
Williamson is too handsome to show himself on YouTube. That's why he has to be hidden, because
Yeah.
men would lose their girlfriends to him. He's the
Exactly.
ultimate sex symbol.
We don't-
Right. We just don't want to cause that anarchy out there.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Relationship's already in crisis. It can't make it any worse. Doing it-
Oh shit.
Nah, the Rough Girl doesn't remember. She's just saying that.
Oh wow. Yes, I do remember the
She
live
was
it
there.
happened.
But you don't remember.
Oh well, Ruff's girl.
She probably doesn't.
Ruff's good. She ain't gonna reveal no secrets, man.
I mean, I look like a human, so it's not like
Right there, you go.
it's almost like if you guys remember. I know we're supposed to go, but I'm thinking of when the Flash and Lex Luthor switch bodies in Justice League Unlimited, and Lex Luthor is the Flash, and he goes into the bathroom to take off this guy Flash's mask. He's like, I have no idea who this guy is. It's like I can see this person's face, but I don't know who the fuck this person is. So it's not like you can just, all right, you saw me, and then you can just pick me out of a lineup because you saw me months ago. Unless you have one of those crazy ass memories, that would be scary. So
she might.
Yeah, and and subscribe to Rough Girl if you guys haven't.
yes,
You know, she might be doing some singing here pretty soon tonight, and if so, we definitely want to be there. So let's support Rough Girl. She's awesome, and she's a hell of a. You know what the word is?
content creator.
Supporter of everybody.
Yeah, supporter.
Yeah, of course.
He's dope.
Yeah, and she's a hell of a woman too, so she's awesome. She said, "No, I'm in no hurry, just chilling." Yeah, it's all good.
You and I have to stream sometime, Ruff. I sent you a DM at the Twitterverse. You haven't gotten back to me.
So, yeah. So, yeah, what
Yeah,
about you, 24? Did you have anything?
Actually, I'll be dropping videos throughout the week. I know I'll be doing the pre-show show New Year's Eve Friday, which I'm excited about, and get to see y'all, kick it with y'all before Christmas Day. And other than that, just want to wish everybody a good Christmas. In case you guys don't catch me on Friday, there's gonna be a lot of people busy spending time with their families, doing last minute shopping, doing all kinds of wild shit, getting drunk, fucked up, doing all kinds of things between Friday and Saturday. Hopefully, if you guys don't catch me live, you catch me on a replay. But between now and then, that's right. This Tuesday, I will be on Loki's Mornings of Mischiefs channel. We're coming back with the comic book roundtable. That'll be at 7:00 on Tuesday, the 21st, Central Time. We'll be on Loki's Mornings of Mischiefs. It'll be me, Clobbering Times, Eris and Chaos, and Fat Steven Seagal, along with Loki. And we'll be talking about comic books and everything else. So we'll be coming back with that for the Christmas holidays. So that'll be the only thing I'll be doing different throughout the week. And then after that, you guys will be seeing me on the 24th, which is Friday. So that's all I got going on. Besides that, I'll be dropping videos all in between and trying to catch up with Rough Girl. So that's about it. So that's what I'll be doing. Luke the Kook says I'm looking forward to being able to catch a first pre-show show in a while. Yeah, man, it'll be great to have you, man. You and everybody else, man. You guys are welcome to come join me. And yeah, I'll be showing off some movies, doing some things, talking Christmas, and I'm looking forward to it. So that's all I got. That's all I got going on between now and Friday. So that's about it. Ice, baby. Yeah, you know it, Rough. So yeah, we'll
Tuesday,
be.
I'll hit that the Tuesday show that you got going.
Yeah. Check us out. You know, Tuesday 7:00 Central. We'll be on Loki's Mornings of Mischief channel, and you know we're gonna have a great show, great conversation, talking about comic books and all kind of cool shit. So if you guys love comic books and you want to hear some cool comic book shit, you guys drop on by. I'll definitely be putting my 2 cents in there. So that's what I got going on for this week. So you guys are there? Or?
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Everybody got quiet on me. I was like, "Oh
No,
shit!"
I thought the show was about to end.
Yeah. It is. It is.
So,
So with that, this is Vigilante Williamson, my boy Baron Norman Tag, Fat Steven Seagal. I'm your boy 24/7 here with 24/7 Fusion Media. We're the Primetime Kings. We love you guys. Thank y'all for supporting us, hanging with us, spending your time with us. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Please get you something to eat, something to drink, pop a pill, whatever you guys are going to do. Yeah. And yeah, Baron just zoomed out of there. So yeah, you guys, that's that's why I said that, because Baron looked like he froze. He was sitting there like, and I was like, yo, is everything good? But yeah, he said, Sentient says the oxys be hitting. There you go. Well, all right. And here we go.
My internet.
All right, yeah. Well, so you guys enjoy the rest of your evenings. Catman, thank you for being here. Love you, brother. Love all you guys. You guys have been awesome. Had a great time. Had a bunch of great laughs. It's been fucking awesome, man. And this is actually a hell of a day to remember because, yeah, love you too, Luke, man. Thank you, man. You guys are fucking awesome, man. But you guys enjoy yourselves. Take a load off. I know if you guys sat with us for a while, I know your gooses are hurting like mine. So get up, walk around, stretch your limbs out, get you something to eat, get you something to drink, go watch a movie, spend time with your loved ones, call your family, just do what you do, man. And you guys have a good night doing it. So we love you. We thank you. You guys take care. And this is Primetime Kings. And we're out. Peace.
Peace.